chair.
He says the party made great progress during her tenure. The party's vice chair, Matthew Wilson, will serve on an interim basis until a new leader is elected. A lawsuit challenging sweeping changes to Georgia's election laws dropped by the Trump administration today. The Biden administration initially filed the lawsuit in 2021, claiming Georgia was suppressing black voters. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger is pleased with today's decision.
Hardworking Georgians, taxpayers, paid to fund the lawsuits, pushing back against this idea that somehow we didn't have fair, honest, accurate, and lawful elections here in Georgia.
The lawsuit led to backlash against Georgia, including Major League Baseball's decision to move the 2021 All-Star Game out of Atlanta. It is now 3:03. The Von Haessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. Alex Williams.
Still watching the standing water where it flooded out during the heavy rain, Bill. This is in Cobb County, 75 southbound at I-285, exit 259, right under 285 there. Again, that's in two right lanes. Slow in the ride out of Marietta. Earlier trouble cleared, 75 or 285 southbound, the Outer Loop Hollowell Parkway. That was a stall now on the right shoulder. We got a crash in Stockbridge, 75 south before Hudson Bridge Road, exit 224. That's in the left lane, slowing you from I-675. And now in Morrow, just found a new left lane crash, 75 northbound Mount Zion Boulevard, exit number 231. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
And I'm 95.5 WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. The severe weather threat has come to an end. All of our counties here in Metro Atlanta have been dropped from the severe thunderstorm watch. And in fact, the rain has come to an end. A few isolated rain showers possible between now and 8 p.m. Cooling down and drying out for tonight. Lows in the mid-40s. Tomorrow, sunshine, high 76. Live in the Storm Center, meteorologist Christina Upwards.
62 in Mableton and in Norcross, 63 in Canton. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, hour one of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Haessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 187.4 characters, Autumn Fisher. I think I'm back. 187.4 is one of those. She's Autumn Fisher. We've got the man behind the glass, George Clark, and the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
I had a wonderful tour of our 51st state, but it feels great to be back in the true land of the free.
Well, I had a wonderful tour of, I don't know what state was Arizona. Can somebody look it up? What number did Arizona come in?
46, I'm going to guess.
Just say 46. Let's assume it was in the late 30s or 40s. But we were both traveling. You abroad, because you like to cavort with the enemy, I guess, up there in Canada.
You went with a woman?
You were in the 48th state.
Okay, so you were traveling. Listen, I may be able to give you some notes because Arizona came in just a couple states before we capped it for so long. So we could probably get together, you and the soon-to-be, from what I'm hearing, people are saying, I don't know, the soon-to-be 51st state, and I was getting some notes on how to do this from some people with some institutional memory, the great people of the 48th state, Arizona.
I appreciate that. We'll be able to take those notes and give them to Canada and let them know what's up. Be like, hey, this is how Arizona did it, and we expect you, when you become a state, to follow these guidelines.
Exactly. They know they're still in. We never kicked them out.
That's true.
So obviously, when they came in at 48, they did the right thing. So tick the same boxes, I think, if you want to be a part of this great land. I want to get to your thing in a second. I do want to say this. I was in Phoenix, buddy of mine, birthday. This is my year of the tour of 60th birthdays. Everybody came to my 60th birthday last year, and then I forgot. Oh, they're all your peers. So this is the second 60th birthday that I have attended this year. I had a great time, and a bunch of old, these are my buddies, old buddies. And I have to say that one more sign of aging is that I nearly suffered my first pickleball court-related injury when I was in Phoenix.
Wait, you played pickleball?
Well, my buddy had a pickleball court in his backyard. He had like a basketball court pickleball court thing that you can.
What, they hit you in the head with one of the balls while you were watching?
You know what? Smart ass, you're correct. That's exactly what I would think if I were you. But no, I had had enough beers in me that I jumped out there on the old pickleball court.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was fun until I nearly suffered my first pickleball-related injury at such a young
With a tennis
age.
ball?
No, the balls of the
Oh,
pickleballs
they're
are.
those little light little wiffle balls.
Yeah, they didn't hit. I wasn't, by the way, I was not hit in the head with a wiffle ball. That's not what did it to me.
Oh.
What did it to me, and the next day, my friend Brian, he was the one who was the birthday boy, he said to me, well, that was a nice effort, though, as if I lunged toward the ball to make this happen. And I said, there was no effort. I stumbled. I stumbled into the ball and then into the court. And I hit the ground really hard. And I thought, oh, no. There was that moment where you just don't know. You don't know.
It's been a long time since you've fallen, I'm sure.
It has been a tremendously long time
Right.
since
It's
I've fallen.
weird, right?
Yes, it's very strange. And I just went, and plus I was a little, lit up. So pain.
Maybe that helped you not get hurt.
Hopefully.
So did you stay on the ground for a minute while you're thinking about it? You're
No, just a moment. Like I said, okay, is this a pop back up, you got a bruise, that's okay thing? Or is this did you just break your hip for the first time? Got lucky. It seems to be just a bruise and then some kind of pain in my lower back. But
You didn't get a hematoma?
well, this is the way I think about these things. Is every day when I have pain and it's something that's I've done something and caused some pain, I just think, well, is it getting better or is it getting worse? So it still hurts a little bit, but it doesn't hurt as much as it did when it happened. So I figure, okay, it didn't puncture anything. I'll find out
That you know of.
that I know of. But I haven't been bleeding out of any orifices lately. I mean, not that I couldn't explain it.
Right.
You've brought it before. You've brought it up before too. You're like, if an ache goes away after a week, I'm good. You're like,
That's what it is. I can't keep running to the damn doctor at this age every time I feel something new because they look at me like I'm a crazy person, which I'm maybe half crazy, but I'm not nearly as I'm not like that kind. I'm not that kind of person. So
make sure the visit's worth it.
And so that's my rule. My general rule is if something hurts for 14 days or more, I go to the doctor over it because that's just a weird thing. When I don't know if it's just me or just this age, for 2-3 days the left knee hurts, and then that's fine. And then for 2 days the right knee hurts, and then there's the low. So 14 days, and I was told by a doctor that okay, that's a pretty good. I think that's a pretty good measure, but except tension and pain in the center of your chest, he said. Other than that you should not wait 14 days.
Your body's trying to have a heart attack.
Yes.
I gotta wait. I
don't know. Other than that,
Okay.
it's 10 days in, maybe.
Yeah, it seems to go away when I lay down and
Yeah,
stop doing things, so I
yeah.
think I'm fine.
Yeah, my problem is that once I have a way of doing things, I get more married to the actual process than the results. So it'd be more important to me to actually, no, I can't go in there for 10 days. My rule is 14. so
Honey, pass the butter.
Did it kill your will to return to the court? Are you gonna
get
redemption here? Maybe.
I think more than killing my will to return to the court would be the fact that I was out of breath within 3 serves. That would have something to do with it.
That should make you want to be able to have more breath, don't you
Well,
think?
yes, it does. Which means I know what you're saying, Eric. More of the transition to gummies. Let the liver do the work. All these years putting that on your lungs, and I completely agree with that. But if I'm going to do things like that, do I want to become that couple? Probably not. Probably not.
It doesn't really matter what you want to become. Do you want to live?
Well,
and
I
feel
can
good?
you don't have to exercise by doing that. I went through a phase last year where I was really good with the exercise. I kind of fell away from it a little bit.
So you have to have
Spain.
that room in your backyard. You could fell those trees, put in a pickleball court.
Oh, there you go. Well, don't you have a basketball court back there?
I do, but that's not big enough for a pickleball court. They're pretty big, those
Not with
pickleball
that
courts.
attitude.
No, you're right about that. It takes a. What is it? Where there's a will, there's a way. I guess I was showing that there was no will there.
I can't because I don't know.
And Jared, who was cavorting with our sworn enemies to the north.
Oh, those Canadians.
The Canadians. Yeah, we said Canucks.
Those dang
You
Canadians.
Canucks. Bam. It's hard to think of Canucks as a derogatory term because it's the It's the nickname of one of their hockey teams.
Yeah.
So I mean, so
is that derogatory? Is
no,
that bad?
I felt like when I lived up north, I felt like if you referred to a Canadian friend as a Canuck, if they weren't your friend, they might get a little angry. So it's right there on the edge. But hey, as I pointed out to the guy who beat me up many years ago for calling him a Canuck, you have a hockey team named after. I mean, and then he said, "Yeah, man, you're right. I'm sorry," but that was too late. My nose was bloody, and I was.
AI says it's generally considered neutral or even affectionate when used by Canadians themselves.
Okay.
That's a big.
When used by Canadians themselves. Absolutely.
Well, I'm Canadian.
Well,
it's a
of
Hawaiian
course.
word. It comes from a Hawaiian word, which is weird. Yeah, the Hawaiian word kanaka, which means person.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you think about like the land bridge that maybe once existed between lots of different like Polynesian, Asian sort of people.
What are you talking about?
Hawaiians are Polynesian, though.
Listen, there's no land bridge that goes anywhere near from Hawaii. No, you're thinking of Siberia. You're thinking of Russia.
I'm thinking of way.
Yeah, and the land bridge was how the people got from there to here. It was the land bridge from Siberia,
Asians
and that's
are
why
are genetically close to like.
That's right, because they became into
Mexicans?
it. They became into it, and then they didn't come up from that way. They didn't come. They went the Siberian land bridge through Alaska down into America, and that's one of the ways that the population was spread. But Hawaii, as I recall, is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and I don't know if there can ever be a land bridge to a string of islands in Hawaii. So could we have a big buzzer to make Autumn feel really stupid? Like,
let's see if we've got one.
Well, that's all right. We don't have to come up
It's
with
too
one
late now.
25 seconds
No,
after the moment.
I like this. I like the delayed reaction.
We have delayed and I think the person who knows best would be Autumn.
Yeah, I already got it.
Yeah, she got it.
Yeah, there's no land
Sorry,
bridge. My body. Oh, I didn't think it would hurt as much the longer we waited.
Apparently.
Could you imagine stopping in Hawaii and continuing on to Canada?
Yeah, it's like, hey, listen, no, all right,
You know what? You know what? I bet you there's better stuff. Let's keep going.
There's no moose here.
Okay, the first leg of our trip is over. We just have one more leg. We just have to get from Hawaii.
There's a bunch of people in the group that are like, "Can we just stay behind?" You
No.
guys?
We don't want to stay here with the palm trees and the beaches and the no. We listen. We need to go somewhere where it snows 12 months a year.
Where are the beavers? Where are the beavers here? No.
I found out that they have skiing in July occasionally.
It gets cold there.
Which is unbelievable to me. Like they said,
you are aware of a little concept called regional differences,
I know,
aren't you?
but I mean, like a Banff.
Banff isn't exactly like Atlanta. I can't believe
in
it.
Australia,
that is
it's cold in July.
Hold on, give her an opportunity. She needs to jump back on top. Yes, you got him. You got him.
Yeah, play the buzzer now.
Yeah, there you go, Jared. Yeah,
that's to you.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what the buzzer does not ever apply to, and that's the host of the show. Do you understand?
That was for you.
How dare you?
Got you good.
I knew I was surrounded by enemies. I knew it.
Well, you know that happens.
I know.
We got them to the north and the south.
That's why we got to go after them, right? We got to go after all of them.
Well, look, I might invade Greenland. But anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Are we going to invade Greenland?
Well, we are definitely going to look at invading Greenland, possibly putting troops on there, sending troops, or not. I don't know.
Does that mean you are?
Yes.
Or you're not?
Both. No.
Okay. All right. Well, at least we're getting closer to exactly what it is.
Well, we may.
Yeah, you have in store.
I did find a couple of Canadians and spoke to them that said they would be glad to be part of the United States. So Trump, you're on to something.
Probably most of them.
Well, I mean,
there were some that were pushing back. I don't know about most.
Well,
but
for two reasons. Number one, you're going to naturally kick up your own patriotism.
For sure.
Right? And then I think that they've got a lot of social services that they might lose if they became a part of the United States. I mean, just selfishly speaking, if you've paid into even if I can look at that program and say it's socialism or it doesn't work or whatever, if you're 64 and you've paid into it since you were like 16 years old, you're not going to be all about destroying it just as you need those services.
Right, which is why I was surprised that some people were willing to become part of the United States.
Yeah, they're probably younger.
Yeah, they were like
were they younger?
They were a little bit younger, and they were like, yeah, we love the U.S. We think it'd be a great idea to be part of it. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, I don't know if I've had like 6 beers. And
you know how they're thinking? They're used to the government taking care of them. So in their minds, it's like, well, it's a bigger government, so they'll give us more money. Yeah,
I guess so. Yeah, probably.
Did anybody needle you like they did in Ireland?
A little bit. There was some people that, I mean, there was, I guess, a little bit of Canadian sass, we'll call it that.
Canadian sass. Wasn't that a great, I think that was like a music, that was a hit like in 1965.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Quincy Jones or something like that. Herb Alpert. Perhaps it was Herb Alpert. Canadian sass. Oh, I'm going oot and a boot.
Oot and a boot with my shoot.
Some people were definitely giving a little bit of the Canadian sass, but of course, going back and forth, there's a little bit of needling, having fun, and then once the drink started flowing, by the end of it, we're all hugging each other. We're out there for a wedding, celebrating, having fun.
And what that reminds me of? That story you always hear from World War I, where the Germans and the English on Christmas Eve, they decided to come out of their foxholes.
They played a game of football.
Hug each other. But you know what happened the day after Christmas?
Gas.
They all started. They started using yellow mustard gas. I think it's just called mustard
Merry
gas.
Christmas.
Yellow mustard. I use grainy.
I think I was a yellow cake, mustard gas, yellow mustard gas.
Yellow mustard. That's what they.
Dripping from a dead dog's eye.
How about some chlorine, Frenchies?
Do you have any spicy mustard gas?
9.
They're all spicy. They're all spicy. That's the reason. That's the reason we outlawed them all. Too much spice, as I understand.
Oh, yeah, way too much.
Way too much spice. Allergies are something like 53% higher than they've been in the last few years.
I haven't taken a single allergy pill this season. I'm feeling it a little bit in my eyes, but I think it's also the hangover.
Yeah,
let's
you can never tell. That's the problem for you, Jared. You can never tell if it's the alcohol or whatever something might be at any given time.
Hey, during the weeks, I am usually somewhat responsible. Somewhat. But
Saturday, you could taste it. I mean, you could go outside for a minute and you were eating the pollen. It looked like it was snowing at night.
I could believe that because I parked my car at the top deck at the airport.
Oh, God.
On Friday. It was completely covered. And when I got in the car, I was like, do I have water? Am I able to clean this windshield? That's going to be terrible if I get in my car, fly all the way here, and then I can't see out of my windshield. But luckily, I did have some water in there to clean it out. But, yeah, it was completely covered.
You mean?
Yeah, water, fluid. Yeah, yes, exactly.
It's not water.
It's liquid, though.
It is liquid.
You know what? I'm gonna
gonna
let you guys fight that one out.
I'm on your side.
As long as everybody listening understands.
404-872-0700.
How do you do that?
Maybe
I went and did a bottle. How do you know? Maybe I did that. Maybe I had a bottle of Perrier and I just poured it right over the windshield.
I don't understand.
Because you don't have enough money to use Perrier to clean your windshields, but I think you're not used to pumping up against super yacht people such as myself.
No, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that was like.
I clean my windshield with Perrier, absolutely.
Yeah.
All the time.
He's an Atlanta oligarch.
That's also when I put in my irons. Come on, listen, either you live a classy life or you don't. So you're doing better this year. You don't know why. Maybe you were duped the whole time. You were duped by Big Pharma since you were a kid, and the second you went, achoo, the first time you ran for the drugs.
Maybe I blame my parents for taking me in. They're like, get them on all these meds during this time of year. Now, again, it probably is too good to be true. I went from a very snowy environment to this. I've been here less than 24 hours.
That's right. Oh yeah, it's too good to be true. And you know what? I hear in your voice something kicking up.
Listen,
I hear.
I've been drinking
is that
since
the alcohol?
This wedding week. We're not going to call it a wedding weekend because that's usually what it is. This was a wedding week. So
I already hate these people.
We came in
wedding week.
We came in late.
Wedding week.
Oh, listen, you deserve it though, don't you, girl?
It's my day.
Well, is it your day or your week?
It's my day, but today's my week.
Okay. Because you're special. Are you special? You're special. You deserve this.
Just not normally, but I mean, kind of. For like today and this week, it's mine.
Belongs to you.
How were the strip clubs there?
We didn't get a chance to do any of the strip clubs that were there because Banff is weird. It's in a national park, so it's like its own little.
Is that the? Where were you? Is it Vancouver, Calgary? Where is it?
It's in Alberta.
All right, that's oil country, isn't it?
You have a lot of that, yes.
Okay, so it's that kind of industry.
So Calgary is where a lot of the industry is. That's where we flew into, but Banff is about an hour and a half outside of it, up in the Canadian Rocky Mountains.
Right,
and it's in its own natural park.
They have a Dollywood.
They do not have a Dollywood.
Then it's probably no good.
They have Anne Marie Wood. It's not as dangerous.
Nope.
It's mildly entertaining.
Sure.
No Ripley's or anything like that either. So we were looking for all that.
Oh, you can get that at Niagara Falls. You just got to go. You got to
Shriveled
know where to go.
Go over the right side.
You got to know where to go. You just got to know the Canadian side of Niagara Falls. That's the part that looks like a nightmare, or at least it did the last time I was there. That was the 90s, I have to say.
No, they fixed it up.
Have they fixed it up?
It's still a little
not
too much touristy, but it's clean and nice.
Do they still have a Madame Tussauds?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Lundy Lane, that's where all that fun stuff is.
I don't have any interest in seeing wax figures. Doesn't that seem like a relic from the past?
It does, but, if you think about it, I'll probably never meet Brad Pitt in actual person, so if I can stand real close to his wax figure. No, I know, but through osmosis, I feel like I get a little Pitt-ism.
A little closer.
Yeah, I'm a little closer.
I'm glad that you feel that way.
Yes, I
It's
do.
so strange.
I mean, sometimes when I'm standing there in a wax museum, which I'll spend hours, I'll just think to myself, wow, Queen Elizabeth, you sure are a lot shorter than I thought you were. So you can learn. You can learn about these world leaders and celebrities. And I'll tell you, Michael Jackson in wax doesn't look that strange. It seems like the new normal to me. So
he was ahead of his time.
Yes, he was. He was very much ahead of his time, being a celebrity who, through his behaviors, thought it would be important to have several locks on many different doors between the general public and his bedroom. So
that
I
was
will
his
say,
business. Okay, I don't have that's what you do.
So the doo-doo head adults couldn't get in.
That's right. These adults, because you know what? They're going to come in with their adult brains and see something bad because they're adults when it's really love and
My shirt's off because I'm hot.
That's right. These pants were chafing me.
That's right. And adults are going to come in with their stupid, sinful thoughts and
dirty
project
doo-doo
them.
thoughts.
That's right. That's right. You got to keep them out. And sometimes it takes several locks on several different floors between you and the general public.
And soundproofing.
And soundproofing is necessary because people will hear things, again, with their adult minds, and they're going to run. You know how adults are, right? They're full of just
bad thoughts.
Bad thoughts, right. They don't realize that people can become better friends.
People like to play Twister.
That's right.
It's fun.
It was all innocent. You were just trying to have fun.
That's right.
This is how absolutely out of control things got this weekend. For a while, we went to Andretti.
After the pickleball debacle?
Yeah, we went to Andretti because they wanted to, do the karting thing.
Oh, that's fun.
You usually win that.
I can't do it anymore because of my stomach. The stomach issues. This is before the actual real party, and I thought I can't take the chance. If my stomach goes south, I'm done for like 10 hours. So I couldn't even bother with that. But if you want to know who had the more exciting weekend, this guy who was drinking all weekend and
skiing,
wedding week and skiing, or me with my old buddies playing pickleball and watching them race at Andretti Race. I think it's pretty obvious who has the more exciting life right about now.
Did you go to dinner at 4?
Well, we had to get the early bird
Yeah.
special.
Yeah,
I mean,
special,
it's a lot of us,
Sure.
so you don't
Save
want
money.
Exactly.
It's a big bill at the end
Yeah.
if you don't have 20% off early bird.
I'm not rich like you and Autumn. I can't just walk around being cavalier all the time.
Were you able to gamble on your friends racing at least? Like,
you know what? The system was out. They had been hacked or something, so they couldn't keep lap times. They couldn't do anything.
Who hacks a?
That's a lot of people.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe because there are some like national best times. So I wonder if somebody, like racing times.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I wonder if somebody could get in. The best one.
That would be great if it was that petty. If we found out that it was that petty, just somebody who just wanted to be known as having the best racing lap at Andretti's. That's my kind of criminal.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed the musty smell in your home? I hope not, because damp smells mean that you could have a crawl space problem. That's where AquaGuard comes in, a Groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your crawl space and get to the root cause of the problem. Schedule your free inspection at aquaguard.net/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin. Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free.
MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Has that paint on your house reached the point of surrender? You really can't put it off another year, right?
It's Jeff and Roxanne, local owners of Rhino Shield. Let Rhino Shield help you with a solution that'll make this the last time you paint.
Rhino Shield ceramic coating will last you 25 years, improve your home's curb appeal, and comes with a 25-year warranty.
Get a free estimate at rhinoshieldga.com.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now, 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Have you ever really thought about the service companies you use? These are the folks you trust to do things for your home and in your home you just can't do for yourself, like taking care of your heating and air conditioning systems. This is Scott Slade, and this is where Ragsdale Heating and Air really stands out to me. I know you can trust them to take care of all your HVAC, plumbing, and electrical needs like they do for me. You can see it for yourself in thousands of reviews at a 4.9 Google rating. It's easy to schedule your visit online at ragsdaleair.com or call them. Ragsdale, the name I know you can trust.
How easy is it to save energy and money in 30 seconds? Let's count the ways. Power down unused devices. Swap out traditional bulbs for LEDs. Adjust your thermostat for the season. Change your air filter. Move furniture away from your vents. And turn off the lights when you leave a room. Georgia Power's more than just your power company. We're your saving sidekick. Get started at georgiapower.com/energy efficiency today. Ready, set, save.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top local story, Ackworth police arrest a 17-year-old girl who's accused of threatening a school shooting.
It was a threat against the school, just saying said that she was going to shoot up the school.
Sergeant Eric Mastretto with the Ackworth Police Department says Ellis Sever is a student at North Cobb Christian School. The FBI began investigating after the threat appeared in a Snapchat photo. The school was placed on lockdown and the student taken into custody this morning. She's charged with terroristic threats and is now held without bond in Cobb County. Some communities in metro Atlanta are cleaning up from the severe storms that rolled through earlier. There are reports of trees down in parts of Fayette, DeKalb, Carroll, and Rockdale counties. Georgia Power's Matthew Kent says no matter how big the storm, they are always ready.
Every storm season is different, so that's why we're always prepared.
Between Georgia Power and EMC's, over 30,000 customers are without electricity at this hour. Two big votes under the Gold Dome today. The Georgia House approves the Riley Gaines Act in a vote of 100 to 64. It's aimed at keeping transgender athletes out of girls' sports. The legislation now goes to the state Senate for a final vote. And the state Senate votes 45 to 9 on a school safety bill that includes requiring mobile panic alert systems in schools. It now goes to the House. Georgia Democratic Party Chair Nikema Williams steps down today. The Congresswoman makes the move after a recent rule change by the state party, making it a full-time position. She served as chair of the state party since 2019. The party's vice chair, Matthew Wilson, will serve now as interim chair until a new leader is elected. The city of Atlanta is launching the city's first legacy business program. It's aimed at supporting businesses that have been in operation for over 30 years. The city is working in collaboration with Invest Atlanta, the city's economic development agency. It offers businesses improvement grants and encourages residents and visitors of Atlanta to frequent these establishments. It is now 3:32 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Been dealing with a long-standing crash in Stockbridge, 75 southbound Hudson Bridge Road, exit 224. It is still in the left lane, causing delays before Highway 138. Most of that flooding has subsided in the Cobb Cloverleaf and right next to Truist Park, 75 south underneath 285 exit 259. Might still find some standing water in the right lanes there. And now we have a crash in Spaghetti Junction, 285 westbound, the outer loop right under I-85 exit 33. Police just arrived on scene. They're holding the right lane with that. And downtown, brake lights filling in, 85 south below 400. That continues 75, 85 south 17th Street for the ride down toward I-20. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Cloudy skies for this evening. An isolated rain shower possible for tonight, then clearing out tomorrow morning, lows in the mid-40s. Tomorrow afternoon, sunshine, high 76. Mostly cloudy on Wednesday, highs in the low 80s.
65 in Cartersville, 64 in Tucker, also 64 in College Park. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Tara Fine Jewelry Company, your engagement ring specialist in Buford, only 3 miles from the Mall of Georgia. You'll love their larger, high-quality diamond engagement rings, always paired with 5-star customer service. Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Buford.
At Ameris Bank, we're invested in the success of your business. Our local bankers are ready to help you improve your cash flow, optimize your operating accounts, and access financing when you need it. From treasury services and digital banking to loans and lines of credit, we offer tailored solutions to help your business thrive. At Ameris Bank, we're with you. Visit amerisbank.com/withyourbusiness or walk into one of our branches today to get started. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
It's happening, guys. Your hair's thinning, the crown's disappearing. Hair loss might have you feeling you've lost your identity. It's Mark Arum here. Thankfully, there's Advanced Hair Simple One-Day Treatment. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's your own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day, and it's guaranteed to grow for life. I've seen Advanced Hair's incredible results with my own eyes. Get your free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Don't miss your chance to take advantage of the buy two, get two free and pay nothing until 2027. Offer ending soon, only from Window Nation. Schedule your free estimate now at 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com.
Hope. It's more than a word. It's a breakthrough in the making. At City of Hope, we're pushing the boundaries of science, targeting cancer at the molecular level, with teams of experts working together to personalize a treatment plan right down to your DNA with unprecedented speed, making every second count, with appointments in as little as 24 hours. City of Hope, advancing cancer care at life-saving speed. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's orchard.com. You know, when I leave for the weekend, even when I go to have old man fun with old friends on a pickleball court, even when no matter how much fun I'm having, I never stop thinking about the show, and I never stop thinking about the audience. And so I've decided, after much deliberation, that we're going to go back and do it the way we were doing it before, and that is word of the day.
Word of the day.
Homogamy.
What'd you call me?
Hi, let's not go there, my friend. There's nothing wrong. Did I say that you're somebody who had a marriage between people from similar sociological or educational backgrounds?
I think we would fall under that.
Or did I call you an inbred? No, I did not call you an inbred. So
homogamy.
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 Homogamy. I thought when I first saw the word, that's when you have one prostitute that you pay and you stay completely, it's just you and that one prostitute.
Aww.
That I thought was what
homogamy.
Homogamy.
It's love.
It's love that you have to pay for it, but what's really good is apparently you can get on a subscription kind of thing where you're not paying.
It's the wife experience.
It's the wife experience. So there it is. Homogamy is a noun. It's spelled Homogamy. It is, on one hand, a marriage between people from similar sociological or educational backgrounds, or you could go a little further and maybe it's even inbreeding.
Homogamy.
That's the biological thing for it. So the host now, going back to the old rules, has to use that word right there.
Homogamy.
In a sentence before 7 p.m. or else. Don't ask me what. I will just punctuate or else with ... dot. It's a mystery, and nobody wants it solved.
I'm putting the circle back on the show sheet here, so that way we know whether or not you say it or not.
Well, very much, yes. Now my producers, and yes, George Clark, I consider you a junior associate producer of the show. Between the two of you, if we get to 6:45, and I have not, if the host has been so brilliant that maybe it slipped the host's mind to
Homogamy.
Yes. Perhaps my two producers could say, hey, we're almost done. Let's make sure we don't. And it's not about the host. Let's make sure that we don't let the audience down. They don't want to know. They don't want to know that their host forgot to say.
Homogamy.
Right? Okay, so let's move on and let's do this.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
Come on, Eric. Tell us what's happening.
Well, thank you, Ronnie, but I'm going to pivot to the functionally, alcoholically, wonderful Jared Yamamoto. What's the buzz? Tell us what's happening.
Haven't been on the struggle bus like this in a while.
I can see it, man.
Morgan.
See it in his eyes.
I'm telling you, man.
See it in his eyes, Tim Andrews. Look at him.
It's a sign of aging. I guess finally I
Well, they're
can't.
always puffy to me.
You see what those? Do you see what those damn Canadians did to this American?
They poured Molson down his throat.
This is a guy who is like stone cold sober in America. You go up there for one weekend, corruption.
Yep.
That's why, ladies and gentlemen, they are the biggest danger and our biggest enemy.
They have one
Canadian, except for that Tim Hortons is pretty good coffee.
Used to be.
Hey, we have a Tim Hortons in Midtown now. It's over there right across from the Varsity.
It's at a gas station.
It's in the gas station.
That's
yeah.
how you know they've really come up.
Boy, that's when you're traveling on the interstate and you come to those. Okay, it's a gas station you never heard of, connected to a chain restaurant that you've been hearing of your entire life. Boy, you got to think that's the best franchisee there is. They're following every rule. They're crossing every T, dotting every I in the franchisee Bible. And I would imagine in the podunk areas that they get some of the best employees.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hands down.
That's been on a burner for 6 hours.
The brightest amongst us. All right, yes.
So, from Variety, Morgan Wallen stirs speculation with his abrupt SNL walk-off, and then he went on social media and he put, "Get me back to God's country." This is an awkward moment because it was going viral all over X, all over Instagram.
I watched the moment on YouTube, and the thing that I don't know if he did it. I don't know if he stomped out on purpose. There's a possibility some of the cast members didn't treat him that well because they see the world from a different point of view. But the thing that I noticed before he stomped, he walked toward the camera before. Usually they all stand there hugging for the longest time. The thing that I noticed is the T-shirt half tucked in and half out. And this is the thing that gets me. It's like, is that because he's the guy that just doesn't think about stuff like that? Or before he goes out there, does he make sure he tucks in half of it so he can have the look of the guy that he wants you to think that he is?
I got to relook at this.
That's a look. That's a look. It's calculated.
Oh, is it Calculated
It's a
Cowboy?
look, yeah.
Calculated Cowboy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the
By the way, good name for the show today. Calculated Cowboy.
Howdy, little lady.
Do you want to square dance?
Yes.
I believe that's the French tuck in the front right there, where you just tuck the front part of the shirt.
No, because one side.
Is it
it's
really?
on one side of his zipper, it's tucked in. The other side, it's hanging out.
I didn't even notice
Maybe
that.
he had sex.
Something.
Maybe he had sex before the.
It's possible. He's a big time musical star, pop star.
Yeah.
I would say country star, but they're just pop stars. The modern country stars are just pop stars.
He knows how to cross over between country and pop.
I have no idea. He's been on there more than once, though, hasn't he? If the cast hates him,
Is he MAGA?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't follow him that
If
closely.
I had to assume anything, I don't think he was a Harris voter,
No.
if you're asking me that.
Yeah,
I'd
he's
be surprised.
he's from East Tennessee, north of Knoxville, and he definitely falls into
He's
the
a big old
MAGA.
drunkard.
Throws chairs.
That's right.
The SNL thing, everyone got upset with him before because of the N-word controversy, where he was
Right.
walking home with his buddies.
I know, but I mean, was that before? Or the last time you played, was that before or after that incident?
I think I'd have to double check,
Right.
but I believe that he had said it the week he was supposed to be on SNL. I think that he said it and then they had to cancel his appearance.
Oh, they canceled his appearance.
I think so. Let me
You know
double
what? It's
double
hard
check.
when you say that, it rings a bell, but so many get canceled, and then I can't keep up with whether somebody's canceled or if they're in that second chance thing that we always give. There's like a different. It's like, is it time for them? Like right now, Will Smith, where is he? Feels like he's kind of dancing with second chance time.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So
He's coming
dancing
back.
around with the big. In America, we love a good comeback. First, if you'll do us the favor of allowing us to tear you down completely, we may do you a favor and put you in the second chance bucket.
I'm waiting for Aziz Ansari to step out because he's been gone for years.
Yeah, but he didn't even hardly
He didn't do
anything.
anything.
He just it was an awkward date.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
but he's still not doing anything.
Really?
That's right.
Is that right? You know about that kind of stuff, Autumn?
Uh-huh.
Awkward
You're right.
dates? No, I mean
Well-
Ansari. That's what I meant to say. Aziz Ansari.
I just hate to see
Aziz
somebody that
Ansari?
funny be gone.
Well, because his stand-up wasn't really that funny. Him as a comedian wasn't that funny. Him as a comedic actor.
That's what I
on
mean.
A
He's
show.
he's funny. He's good.
He was funny, but I don't think it translated to anything else.
Well, being canceled halfway through didn't help.
Well, there was
Perhaps
that.
he would have made the
Yeah, he
step
kinda got
to
the short
actor.
end of the stick.
Yeah, he did. I hope he saved his money. It's like that Rachel Zegler. She's worth about $6 million, so they say. And I hope she's banking it. She doesn't look like much of a partier to me, so I don't think she's out tearing up the town. So I hope that she's banking it because I think she's seen her last lead actress in a big Hollywood budget film.
I think we're going to see her in low-budget horror movies.
Yeah. What did we? Well, she's a good singer. No, she's got it out. She's She's all right. She can go to Broadway. She's a singer, so she'll be fine.
We get a horror musical?
No. I'm being honest here. I think that what'll happen is she'll try. She won't believe that that's going to be the next step, and then she's going to realize I'm not getting any big offers. I can either take a step back in films, or I can go to Broadway and be the lead in a lot of stuff because she can sing. And maybe she's learned a lesson about not pissing off half of the country. Although in Broadway, I mean, who cares? Aren't most of the people in Broadway probably agree with that?
Yeah, Patty LuPone come out and yell at you.
Oh, yeah. Patty LuPone. She could be the next.
Shut up.
Patty LuPone's getting up. Is she retired yet?
I
She's
don't
getting
know.
close to it, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we need the new annoying matriarch of Broadway. So I think Rachel can just go right there. And hopefully, I wish her the best. But, people liked West Side Story, but it still bombed. And nobody liked Snow White, and it bombed. So that's it. I think she's like 23, 24. It's back to the Broadway stage.
About $20 million over the weekend it made.
Yeah. Second weekend.
$66 million.
Hey, but globally, guys, $143 million.
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
somewhat.
it
That's
only
something.
took between the marketing and putting the whole thing together. It only took like $320 million. I mean, at this point, this has got to be the end of the line, right? But even if they wanted to lose more money, surely they've run out of money to lose. I mean, how many more $300 million projects could just not excite any interest whatsoever from the American public? I mean, how many? It's been like the Star Wars thing. This is all Disney. Star Wars, Star Trek, Indiana Jones, the crashing of the Marvel kind of situation.
Yeah, they've had a lot of
Am
flops.
I missing anything? Star Wars, Star Trek,
There was
Indiana Jones?
Star Trek's Paramount.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, okay, not Star. Okay, Star Wars, Indiana Jones,
Disney.
and the well, I'm saying.
I'm sorry,
Disney,
Marvel. You're right.
Marvel. They're responsible for all of those.
Yep.
Remember, too, that movie that they introduced for the 100
Star
years?
Trek, we have to blame on Paramount.
Yes.
The 100-year movie, too, that was animated, that was supposed to be so big.
What was that? Was that the Fire and Ice one? Or?
I think so, yeah. It was something along those
People
lines.
tell me it's cool. It's kind of cool. No, it wasn't. It was the other one that just completely flopped. Wish.
That's it. Yes.
Nobody's seen.
Topical.
I feel for you if you've been working from home.
Local.
And I needed to file with my taxes this police report.
Getting you through your morning.
That offer, by the way, was like, we feel bad. Here's $30K.
Mark Arum.
That should have been in the email.
Mark Arum.
Tomorrow at 9 a.m.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
We are here with CFP Matthew Decker of the Vincent Financial Group and host of Retire ATL. And Matt, you've said that income is the outcome that matters the most in retirement. But what income streams require the most attention?
Yeah, so if you've got a pension or if you're living off of Social Security, you kind of know those income streams show up in your mailbox. That's mailbox money. It's almost like you're still working, and it doesn't really require that much attention. But most people that come into the office today, they are having to use their 401ks, their IRAs, SEP Simples, 403bs that are invested in the market to generate income. And anytime you're going to use a market-linked asset where you have to go in and decide when you're going to buy and sell to generate your income, it takes a ton more effort, energy, and attention to get that piece of the puzzle right. But it doesn't actually have to be that way.
So, Matt, the number one fear of adults in retirement is outliving their money. How do we get started building income today?
Well, you can get started today. You'd call us for a no-cost, no-obligation retirement roadmap. We want to build a GPS for you that's going to help navigate retirement, and it's going to have a focus on building and preserving income. 770-280-1488. We've got a representative standing by to talk to you right now. 770-280-1488. Our home office is in downtown Woodstock, but we are available across the metro Atlanta area to meet with you at a time and place that fits your schedule. Again, 770-280-1488 or online at retireatlradio.com.
The team at Vincent Financial Group want to help preserve your assets while building retirement income that lasts as long as you do. Call today for your complimentary retirement roadmap, 770-280-1488. And you can always get more at retireatlradio.com and join us for Retire ATL Sundays at 6 p.m. right here on WSB.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Hi, I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell, and for over a decade, I've trusted America's best choice for windows, doors, siding, and decks. They've built their reputation on quality craftsmanship and honest pricing, and I've seen firsthand how they put customers first. That's why I proudly certify them for windows, doors, siding, and decks. And with ABC's 3-way warranty, which includes my $10,000 Make It Right guarantee, you can invest with confidence.
Spring is the perfect time to update your home, and America's Best Choice makes it easy with these spring specials. Highest quality, energy-efficient windows starting at just $299. Take 10% off a new deck and create the outdoor oasis of your dreams. Enhance your home's curb appeal with limited-time spring pricing on siding and doors. No pressure, no gimmicks. Visit abcwin.com today to schedule your free consultation. America's Best Choice. Quality you can trust. Prices you can afford.
A couple of observations about flying over the weekend. Of course, I've done more flying in the last 3 months than I've done in the last 3 years. So.
I'm so proud of you for doing that, too.
Oh,
It's
well,
good
thank you.
It's good to see you, Mr. Jet Setter.
I'm all over the place.
It's fun, isn't it?
Well, it's fun until, listen, I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. My guess is that some people, obviously, like the blind, they would have to travel with a dog, right? That's something we understand. But there are so many people flying with their dogs. It's like a flying zoo at this point. It's like
menagerie.
It's a menagerie, 37,000 feet in the air, which is bizarre enough. So I get to the terminal or the gate to fly back, and so there's two people with dogs. I guess by the time I walk into the situation, one dog's got a little hyper whether they're not barking, but just wants to go over and trying to get the other dog. So as I step into the situation, there's one lady, and I don't know about these things. Maybe this is a service dog being trained. I don't know. But she was reacting very violently. She was pulling the dog back and pulling the dog back. And there's people everywhere. So the other lady who had a dog was a dog person. And so now I'm in the middle of this thing where, excuse me, could you please stop doing that? Like, well, why don't you just walk your dog down there so we can end this? And then, but the lady, and then you could see, she kept talking. The lady did stop doing that almost immediately. But then for the next 5 minutes, she would talk very loud. It's just not right. It's just not cool. It's just not cool. So I got two of these people, and I think to myself, the kind of argument, this is another tenet of the doctrine, the kind of argument that breaks out at a dog park should never break out in an airport. That's what I think. I think you should not be having the same arguments that would happen at a dog park in an airport. I'm guessing somebody needs it, but these people didn't look all that weak to me.
No, I don't think that people are really using them like the way that people use guide dogs, Yeah,
that's legitimate.
Could it be that that people they can afford the vacation, but they can't afford the boarding of their dog?
Yeah, that's good observation.
That is true. People taking their dogs everywhere with them.
But it is their fur
How
baby.
does I understand? I say I can't.
Because I wouldn't want to take my dog anywhere, but if I needed to go somewhere and I couldn't get anybody to watch the dog, I guess I'd try and get him on a flight.
But you've got a bad dog that always barks during the show.
Yeah,
so it's
gonna bark all the way.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want to bring the dog.
Most people
Like,
got good dogs that they love very much that they probably want to bring with them all the
dogs,
time.
the good dogs.
You bring your cat anywhere?
I would love to bring my cat. He just doesn't travel well.
Nobody's cat travels well.
Right.
Oh no, my cat loves to fly.
Yeah.
when I was,
He's a million miler.
When people used to bring pets because they were moving one way or something or whatever, and they'd have a pill they would give the pet. The pet would the pill makes the
like
pet
some Benadryl.
basically sleep and not poop for 6 hours, and you get there and it's done. But it was like, I don't understand from my point of view, and I realize different strokes for different folks, but I don't understand. To me, if I was to have to go through airport travel and always be worried about my pets, that would create stress for me.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how that makes people feel more
and now
comfortable.
getting through without saying, oh, do you have the papers for this to be a certified whatever? And it's like, oh yeah, I got them, and that they're kind of faked by whoever, and you get them. There's some online form you filled out.
Do they even check anymore? Do they even check, or do they just assume?
Because sometimes they'll make you pay for a ticket for the animal.
Oh,
or they'll
they're
say,
making
okay,
money.
well, we can store them underneath.
Right. Well,
and
that's the
really
old thing.
dangerous to do.
Well, however, they'll make it or they won't. Hey, listen, did you hear that story about that stowaway guy? He hung on to like the wheel well or something. He got all the way from somewhere to somewhere.
He didn't freeze to death.
Smushed?
Huh?
He didn't freeze to death?
I don't know. I think one guy, I feel like I remember a story where some guy actually did live.
There are,
he lived.
certain compartments.
By the way, kids, we're not advocating that. You should never do that. Kids,
pay
the Von Hessler
But that guy
doctrine
did it,
says,
so-
don't hug.
He
Don't
made
try
it.
to hug the.
Well, if you do.
Well, don't listen to Autumn. The Von Hessler doctrine says, never listen to Autumn.
Go on and pay for the plane ticket. But the thing that's one of the worst smells, by the way, from somebody that worked at the airport for a while is when you open.
Did you work at the airport,
when you open the compartment where they actually have like the pets and animals in there. Like, oh my gosh!
God.
Especially after like a long
No wonder,
3 hour
'cause they're all
flight.
stressed.
And so, and you open it up. It's like,
What are we
talk
gonna
about
do?
it.
Miserable.
It
What are you
smells like a
gonna do?
petting zoo the second you
Yeah.
opened up that thing. It's like,
Yeah,
oh
of course
god.
it does, because
Okay,
they're
so
all
what else
freaking-
are you gonna do? You put them on top of the plane? What are you gonna do?
No,
you gonna
you
have
don't
a separate
fly,
plane?
You say, yeah, we can fly them, but we're not really going to do anything about them living or not. Like
Most of them
then
live.
You shouldn't offer them.
Most of
Most
them.
is a good measure.
Most of them live.
Good metric.
But I don't know if a lot of them do.
If you
I think 90% of them.
now,
Autumn says 90% don't make it.
I think I read that somewhere. Pretty sure I read it.
My fish died. They wouldn't let me put it in water.
Well, sir, sorry, we can't have. It's too much weight.
This is my emotional
On the
support
plane.
goldfish. I
Yeah.
can store it under the seat. In
Well,
front
that kind of the totally ridiculousness. That's gotten.
They've
that's
tightened
been-
that up.
Yeah, the lady who showed up with the peacock or whatever it was.
I mean, but that is that.
That's no. I think that's a performance artist. To be honest
Exact-
with you,
it
that's
has
what I
to
think.
be.
That's what I think. But
My
listen,
support donkey.
I got to come down against it and say, if you can't handle flying, stay home.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Scott Slade here to talk to you about your health, and I think it's real important to talk about what is most likely to kill you. Heart disease is the #1 killer of Americans, and the older we get, the more prevalent it is. But you can reduce your risk. Eat right, don't smoke, exercise, and be informed about what's going on in your own body. Like lots of potentially serious health problems, if you catch heart disease early, you vastly increase your chances of living a longer life. And that's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging scans take less than 10 minutes and screen with 98% accuracy for heart disease. Other scans, including brain and full body, are available too. Virtual imaging is locally owned and operated in Atlanta for over 15 years, so they can make you this terrific offer. A complimentary heart scan for you and your spouse with a few minimum requirements. So don't put this off. I've done it. Call Virtual Imaging today for your free heart scan. 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-7226. Or visit their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
Hope. It's more than a word. It's a breakthrough in the making. At City of Hope, we're pushing the boundaries of science, targeting cancer at the molecular level, with teams of experts working together to personalize a treatment plan right down to your DNA with unprecedented speed, making every second count, with appointments in as little as 24 hours. City of Hope, advancing cancer care at life-saving speed. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
Window Nation customers have been singing our praises for years. With fast local service and an industry-leading 96% customer satisfaction rating, it's no wonder.
I researched window companies for the last year to see what the average prices were and the quality of work. Window Nation nailed both.
Get 2 windows free with every 2 you buy. Pay no interest for 2 full years. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Schedule a free estimate now. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com. That's 866-90NATION.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top local story, it's happening now. Lots of activity under the Gold Dome. WSB's Jonathan O'Brien reports live. Georgia lawmakers vote today on transgender athletes in girls' sports and school safety.
Yeah, that's right, Bill. And the legislation named the Riley Gaines Act would keep transgender athletes from playing in girls' sports. It would also require separate changing rooms, and this would apply to all of the state schools from kindergarten to college, something Representative Josh Bonner says is a good thing.
I think we've got a bill that's a common sense bill that does exactly what we intended to do, and that was to keep biological males out of female sports and provide a level playing field.
Opponents say the measure is a solution in search of a problem. It now awaits a final vote in the state Senate. Speaking of the Senate, lawmakers over there just approved a sweeping school safety bill that includes raising penalties for students who make threats, requiring that schools develop threat assessment plans, but it includes different language around a database for schools to track a student's history of threats. Despite the changes, Senator Bill Calzert says it's a good bill.
The reason we're here in the legislature is to make our state better, safer, a better environment for our children and our grandchildren, and I think this bill does it.
And that measure has to come back to the House for a vote. I'm told that both will be voted on in both chambers today. Reporting live at the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
67 degrees in Atlanta. We're done with severe weather today. Will we stay dry for a while? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. And across metro Atlanta, cleanup continues this hour from the storms that rolled through earlier. Over 16,000 Georgia Power customers are out.
Storms moving through between morning and afternoon drives do make it a little easier and that fewer people are on the roads. Georgia Power's Matthew Kent tells WSB Radio if you can check their outage map.
I encourage everybody to go look at the Georgia Power outage map. That will not only give you the areas that are without power right now, including perhaps yours, but if it is yours, you can get an estimated restoration time of when you could get that power back.
And be careful of those work crews, he says, as they continue to turn on all of the lights. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
Another 13,000 Georgia EMC customers are without electricity. A student at a private school in Cobb County is accused of threatening to shoot up the school. The teen girl is arrested after the school goes into lockdown today.
The post on Snapchat got the attention of the social media site. They called the FBI, who quickly got in touch with Ackworth Police. When officers arrived at North Cobb Christian School, they quickly identified 17-year-old Ella Sever.
At first, she claimed that she didn't know what was going on. She was unknown, that didn't know what was going on, was confused, and then she spoke to detectives later.
And Sergeant Eric Mistrada with Ackworth Police says that's when she was charged with making terroristic threats. She's now locked up in Cobb County. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
More than 11 suspects are arrested in a street racing crackdown in DeKalb County.
It resulted in more than 11 arrests, 40 traffic citations, and several weapons being seized. There were also 10 vehicles impounded.
DeKalb Police spokesman Blaine Clark says they're partnering with other state and local police departments to aggressively crack down on street racing. They're asking anyone with video or information about street racing to contact police. A lawsuit challenging sweeping changes to Georgia's election law is dropped by the Trump administration. Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says the backlash to the 2021 lawsuit was fierce.
That cost the state of Georgia $100 million in lost revenue when we lost the All-Star game.
The Biden administration initially filed the lawsuit alleging Georgia was suppressing black voters. Raffensperger says the decision by the Department of Justice reaffirms the Election Integrity Act stands on solid legal ground. Democratic Congresswoman Lucy McBath is stepping back from a run for governor in Georgia. Instead, she says she's going to focus on her husband's health as he undergoes cancer treatment. McBath says she's suspending her exploratory committee but is not yet ruling out a run for governor. She will continue serving in the U.S. House of Representatives. It is now 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather and triple team traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
Trying to dry out through Metro Atlanta after the rain and storms move through. We are tracking a crash in Spaghetti Junction. Right lane knocked out, 285 westbound, the outer loop right at I-85 exit 33. You're slowing back before Chamblee Tucker. 85 northbound also getting slower out of the cab into Gwinnett from Chamblee Tucker for the ride up into Norcross. They have cleared up the flooding, all lanes opening back up in Cobb. 75 southbound right at I-285, so delays will improve there. And if you're traveling 285 southbound, the outer loop on the west side, you're just on and off the brakes with that volume from South Cobb Drive trying to get down to I-20, the West Freeway. Had some trouble spots on I-75 in Henry County, Andrew Seco.
That we did, but as we're watching, are all clear now. 75 south, crash completely clear, getting towards Hudson Bridge Road. The brake light battle still taking you all the way back towards Mount Zion Boulevard. Northbound, the volume having you slow from Locust Grove all the way through McDonough into Stockbridge. From the Cool Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Cloudy skies for this evening, an isolated rain shower possible for tonight, then clearing out tomorrow morning, lows in the mid-40s. Tomorrow afternoon, sunshine, high 76. Mostly cloudy on Wednesday, highs in the low 80s.
64 in Powder Springs, 66 in Stockbridge, and 68 in Alpharetta. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. One more little thing on flying over the weekend. I want to throw this out to the Delta, the CEO of Delta. I'm sure he's a very nice person.
Ed Bastian.
So they have a kind of a cool video, to explain all the stuff we all don't listen to every time. But because it's their 100th year, I guess they started in 1925, and this is their 100th year. It's kind of cute. They have They do it all through the
every decade.
Every decade. So the 70s is the disco decade. I found that somewhat amusing. But the CEO, he comes on and he says something like, proud to be Delta. And he ends it with proud to have served you for 100 years and looking forward to serving you another 100 years. That's not possible. It's not. I don't care how much good work you do. Delta cannot serve me for another 100 years. That seems like an idiotic. Do people just say things? I mean,
Yes.
who on that plane, outside of a possible infant, could Delta serve?
Unborn child inside of me.
Yes, Delta is making a pledge to your unborn child, if born in the next 3 months, still would have to live a ridiculously long time for Delta to serve them for another 100 years.
They've got you.
They may have me, but they're not going to have me for 100 years. I can tell you that. If they do, I'll be wouldn't that be interesting? A 161-year-old Eric Von Hessler boarding the Delta plane.
I'm out of toothpaste, too. Maybe Elon will develop avatar bodies for us, and we can just put our brains in them and live forever.
Yeah, but then why would we need Delta? We're not in our bodies anymore. We can just send our signal.
No, like an avatar body, like another body. I mean,
Oh, you mean like we'd be inside like an android, but it'd be our soul, our spirit, our essence?
Yes.
Well, maybe the CEO of Delta knows something I don't know. It's a possibility. And if that's true,
He revealed too much.
He did. I will stand corrected if we find that out. So what's the buzz? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have something to add to that?
One more flying thing. The
Yes.
pilot that I had last night was incredibly nice. He recognized me and Tina the second we boarded the plane, and we were with a group of friends that had the exact same flight as us. And they were super impressed by it, and I didn't get a chance to get his name or anything, but incredibly nice guy. He took care of us from Salt Lake to Atlanta
good. We
last
got a
night.
fan
And a big
on
fan
there.
of the
It's kind
show.
of weird that a random pilot knows Jared and his wife, but you don't bother to remember his name.
I know. Believe me, I felt terrible.
No,
about
you're
it,
a
too.
bad person. You are.
Yeah,
let's,
terrible.
Let's sit and stew in that for a second. Let's not let that just kind of go by.
And the one thing the one thing I did say as I boarded while talking with this pilot and the flight
Can I
attendants
get another cocktail?
was was I just really want to get home to my bed very quickly because I'm like, at this point we had the whole week of shenanigans and everything.
You just had so much fun. Yes, he's a victim. Ultimately, he's a victim.
I
He had
was.
so much fun.
I was funned
Ladies
out.
and gentlemen, we are going to start a GoFundMe page for Jared Yamamoto, who's a victim of his own good times.
That great pilot,
you help?
though, he got us home 30 minutes early. So he must have
3
heard
or 30?
30 minutes early.
Okay. So you think he went
there's
faster?
tailwinds. It's not because he was
no,
like, let me get
No,
Jared
no,
home.
He's like, nah, Jared needs to get
Let
home.
me at least think about this here. Let me at least think of
that thing they grab.
The throttle.
He pulled that throttle. He pulled it down to that. Right. You know what? We don't normally do this, but we have celebrities on board. And when Jared told me that story during the break, I thought, wow, that's great that somebody was a fan of the Von Hessler Doctrine. He said, no, Solo Moto.
Oh.
That's what the pilot knew him from. It was only Solo Moto.
Found him on TikTok.
He did say great work on all the stuff you do at WSB. So,
Oh, isn't that nice?
So I appreciated it.
Did you guys hug?
We didn't hug, shook hands though. Shook hands, and I wish I had gotten the gentleman's name.
When you
Again,
shook his hand,
super-
did you
super
feel
awesome.
like that's the hand that I want flying the plane?
Absolutely.
That has me.
You guys are great. I love how
meanwhile-
you fill out the FCC forms every day.
Yeah, you're very, very good at what you do.
Meanwhile, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, he's impressed with what I do, and he's flying a plane. Like that is way cooler.
Lots
That
of
is
people can fly. Radio people fly planes. Come on. All right, what's the buzz, Jared? Tell me what's happening.
Well, I know that you wanted this update here, so I have breaking news here. SNL has revealed that Morgan Wallen, despite that awkward walkout that happened, is invited back on the show. That he just misunderstood the cues.
Okay, I've gotten to the point where I just don't care anymore. What's the
he
next
cares.
story?
This is really
I don't care. Morgan Wallen's got a lot
Don't
of
you want to
money.
hear what Keenan Thompson has to
No,
say?
it was a little awkward for them. But
Okay.
And
actually, I tossed that in as something else, not really as another story. It was kind of an addendum to the first story.
we did find out too why he was disinvited initially. It's because he was caught not wearing a mask.
That's true. That's right.
Days,
That's the best reason.
days before he was supposed to be on SNL.
And you asked me if
then-
he's with MAGA? What do you think?
Yeah, all right.
And like I think it was December 2020 when it happened. And then
Have you heard his new song? I love the Braves and I hate Fauci. Haven't you seen that's a new
That's a good one, yeah.
single? He just I love the Braves and I hate that Fauci.
Tariff the world.
Tariff the world.
And then
he's got the whole world in his tariffs. He's got the whole wide world in his tariffs. He's got the whole world in his tariffs. He's got the whole world in his tariffs.
I'm amazed Trump didn't invite him to come perform at any of the events.
He's got the little bitty baby in his tariffs. He's got the little bitty
You can't
baby.
tariff a baby.
Oh, come on. They're infected. They're a little bit.
They've got measles.
The baby formula is going to go up by 25%. So again, I say he's got the little bitty baby in his tariffs. He's got the little bitty baby in his tariffs. He's got the itty bitty baby in his tariffs. He's got the itty bitty baby in his tariffs.
Are there any more lyrics?
He's got you and me, brother, in his tariffs. He's got you and me, brother, in his tariffs. He's got you and me, brother, in his tariffs. He's got you and me, brother, in his tariffs. Thank you, ladies and
You guys
gentlemen.
ended that like Morgan Wallen.
Ba-boom. Yeah, we stomped off.
We're going to God's
Yeah.
country.
That's right. We're going back to God's country because God hates New York. Hates it. Hates it. Hates everybody there.
All of them.
Everybody, even the religious, anybody.
Aren't you guys
I guess
happy?
he doesn't hate the religious people in New York, but they have to go. They're not in first class. Let's put
Right.
it that way. First class, the South obviously comes first, then the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then you got to get those two out of the way before you even get close to the
Utah.
coast. Utah obviously has a big place.
That'd be like Comfort Plus.
Comfort Plus. Utah's in Comfort Plus.
Nowhere in Canada at all.
No. I bet you if you ask God about Canada, you go, what? Huh?
You mean the 51st state?
That's exactly. Everybody would have a big laugh.
Yeah.
That's what I was taught when I was growing up. Is when you have a thunderstorm, you hear thunder. It's the angels laughing in heaven.
They're laughing at you.
I thought they were bowling.
I know they were
Bowling,
telling us.
laughing, same
Maybe
thing.
they're laughing because they're bowling.
Good point.
Don't you listen? If you're
It's
not laughing,
fun.
if you're not laughing while you're bowling, you don't know how to laugh. You don't know how to have a good time. You just might as well look at that person who's miserable by bowling and just say, "Give up." They cannot have a good time. It's not possible. If you don't enjoy yourself while you're throwing a rock down the lane and knocking things over.
Can't play the harp for a week. My forearm.
I mean, this sounds just like bowling to me. Just like it.
Yeah. That's what I was told automatically, that the angels were bowling in heaven.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, even as a 5-year-old, what, have they solved every problem? They got time to go bowl? Get back to work. That's what I thought.
What's their job in heaven?
If there's a heaven and I get there, believe me, I'm gonna
They get off days.
I'm gonna sort some things out once I get up
The
there.
angels get off days, Eric. They
What
get
do
a
they do?
Saturday.
Sunday.
Off
What is
days.
their
They
job?
don't have
Their
days.
jobs are like accountants and stuff?
By the way, they don't have days.
Hey, I'm
So
going to
what-
need
what are
next
they-
week off.
A day is when
Angel PTO. You never heard of it?
A day is when the earth revolves. Or the angels don't have days. It's one day. No sleeping. No going
No,
to the
it's just
bathroom.
like ours. They get 4 weeks PTO
Oh,
per
is that
year.
it? Yeah.
Christmas, New Year's.
Yeah, they go to Aruba.
You forgot to fill out your PTO form. I'm sorry, no vacation.
Ever since heaven got taken over by Blackstone, it just hasn't been the same. There's no spirit, you know. There's no. Let's see. They go by the rules all the time, but you just don't have the same spirit. Alex, yes. Alex Williams says there's a crash on 285 in Spaghetti Junction.
Yeah, good afternoon, Eric. We are watching that crash. I think they're starting to pick up the cones. Yep, Hero is picking them up. It's been in the right lane, 285 westbound, the outer loop right underneath I-85 exit 33. That has slowed the ride back before Chamblee Tucker. 285 eastbound, the inner loop also seeing the brake lights in Dorville from Buford Highway, trying to get on the 85 northbound, where 85 northbound, you're on and off the brakes from Chamblee Tucker, breaking free up around Beaver Ruin Road. Secondary, a brief slow zone, 85 northbound from Old Peachtree, heading up to the 985 split. Checking the ride on 285 into Sandy Springs and Cobb County, Andrew Seco.
Looking a little slow, merging 400 northbound onto 285 west. Got a left lane trouble here on the collector distributor ramp, slowing just towards Roswell Road. Breaking free passing the ballpark, but the brake light battle continues. South Atlanta Road slowing all the way down past I-20. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
The morning rush hour, the evening rush hour, and everything in between.
Slow spots are starting to build up the east side perimeter on 285 north.
Tune in 24/7 with the Triple Team Traffic
We've
Center.
had several breakdowns, including one in the express lane.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
Wall cracks, window stuck, could be a foundation problem. Mark Beckham with Atlanta Ramjack, and our estimators are thoroughly trained to get you the proper evaluation for your home. Schedule your free assessment with the foundation repair experts at atlantaramjack.com.
Hey Kroger shoppers, get ready for Customer Appreciation Week happening March 26th through April 1st. We've packed 7 days with amazing deals. And if you're a Boost member, you can save even more. Get excited and get ready to save. Thanks for being such an awesome customer. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Customers can save big on Kroger brand pasta and Kroger brand broth. Select varieties are only 99 cents each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
It's essential, complicated, and if it breaks, you could have a disgusting mess. Hi, I'm Shannon, owner of Scorpion Septic, and the experts you hear on the Home Fix-It show. Slow drains, gurgling sounds, or pooling water and odors in the yard? Don't ignore these symptoms. Call us today.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump-out charge with your repair. Call for more information.
ScorpionSepticServices.com. Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free.
MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Avoid the stress of preparing to sell your home. With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can skip the hassle of spring cleaning and sell your home for maximum value. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can sell your home stress-free, make the most money, and move when you're ready. There are no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Trust the top real estate team in the U.S. and find out what your guaranteed offer would be. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
It's time to get out and celebrate spring, but if your spring outing led to a life-altering accident, make a life-altering call to John Foy & Associates, the Strong Arm. It's Smiler Mark McKay. They have the experience, knowledge, and results it takes to win for you. JohnFoy.com.
The Lloyd Advisory Group has a question for you. Is your retirement inflation-proof? Here's what we mean. In retirement, chances are you're on a fixed income with unpredictable expenses. So how do you not run out of money when the cost of just about everything continues to go up? You inflation-proof it. Financial advisor Mark Lloyd and the team at Lloyd Advisory Group can show you ways to help fight inflation so it doesn't outpace your income. Call us today at 770-766-5611. Inflation could take a huge chunk out of your retirement savings, but it doesn't have to. With some simple planning, inflation can go from being a major disruption to a minor annoyance. Call Mark Lloyd and the team at Lloyd Advisory Group now to start inflation-proofing your retirement today. 770-766-5611. That's 770-766-5611. Insurance products and services are offered through the Lloyd Advisory Group. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. With thousands of 5-star reviews, you can trust us to bring happiness home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
All right, while we're at it, I think we're on a bit of a roll, so let's keep to it. Jared, what's the buzz? Tell us what's happening.
Major League Baseball is scrambling to catch up after the Yankees' power show with perfectly legal torpedo bats. It's these newly shaped bats that kind of have all the weight distribution.
A little fatter at the end.
In the center.
Oh, it's the center? Or
yeah, it kind of looks like a cricket bat a little bit, the way that it's all distributed there kind of in the center of the bat.
I didn't even realize that teams could just decide to make their own bats. I mean, obviously there are some sort of parameters you got to stay within, but I didn't even realize that individual teams were allowed to sort of create their own style of bat. I didn't realize that. And some people have been hitting home runs like crazy.
Yeah, it's been super effective for the Yankees, and the only rules they have are the diameter and length of 2.61 inches and 42 inches.
But they don't say where you put that weight. So they just basically changed the...
Put it right there in a sweet spot.
Right. Yeah, and why hasn't somebody thought about this before? Seems like a obvious... You think the technology of the bat would have been figured out a long time
Tradition.
ago? Well, there's that with baseball. So one of two things will happen. Either it'll get outlawed or every other team will be using this style of bat very soon.
The torpedo bat is what they're calling
The
it.
torpedo bat.
Why do they call it that? Doesn't it look like a bowling pin?
It does kind of look like a bowling pin.
But so there's just been a tremendous amount of home runs. Now, Aaron Judge hasn't switched to it because he's been on a roll, and they're superstitious. So you got that weird baseball thing.
Yeah.
Superstition is banging up against what would be obvious better technology.
He hit it out of the park with that thing.
Yeah. So
and the other thing, too,
now,
is...
everybody else can start using it tomorrow if they wanted to, right?
Yeah.
Now, what if the Yankees say it's proprietary? They can't say that.
They probably cannot do that.
Okay. So they would have to turn those plans over to everybody else.
Would they hired somebody to make these bats?
Right. But, I mean, I would imagine that part of their deal with them is you're not telling everybody else about them. So it would be either the rule is already there in the MLB in a situation like this where they have to make that information available to all the other teams, or the other teams will start saying, okay, or, you just reverse engineer it. You get the damn thing, you give it to an expert, and they build one just like it.
Every team but the Dodgers can do it. That's my rule.
Is that your rule?
Yeah.
No more Dodgers. No more Dodgers.
They have enough.
You're right. As a Yankees fan, you guys just have not had enough world champions.
They are a neglected franchise.
I'm
You really
thinking
are.
of the entire league.
Oh, I know that you are. I know.
Especially the NL West. Give the Giants a chance.
I know that you are. George, I feel like you want to say something.
Oh, it's just interesting. It was invented by a PhD from MIT.
Look at that. Got it. That's a better. Now, that's probably a guy who's never played a sport in his life.
Aaron Leanhart.
My guess.
made you a new bat. Yeah, you should try it. It's dynamic in there.
That Aaron Judge.
Like how many years has he had this bat available? And then, like the jocks were like, get out of here, nerd! Hey, you nerd! Give me that bat!
Don't put it in there again.
And somebody forgot their bat that day. They just had to use it. Had 4 home runs.
Good job, Squirt.
Thank you.
Now the Yankees.
So each team can find their own nerd. Reverse
They
engineer the
probably
bat.
have to give it up. They would probably have to share it with
The
us.
Yankees do have one of the best lineups in all of Major League Baseball, so it could also be that too. I know that the bat. It seems it's
Well, they just
it's
had a.
early
It
to
just,
judge.
it
that
just
it's
sort
the
of.
bat.
It's just, yeah. We don't know over the whole 9,322 games Major League Baseball plays.
162.
We don't know how it averages out over time, but there appears to have been quite the explosion since the introduction.
For sure.
I know that there's another player. I think he's on the Twins or something. I'll find out. But he also has used the bat and I think gotten a lot of home runs.
Yeah, I think there's obviously this thing gives you an edge, and in Major League sports of all kinds, the edge is very, very marginal. But with the best players in the world, if you give them a marginal edge,
Like a deflated football.
perhaps.
Catch it easier.
Although here's the problem with that whole thing is, he got in trouble for doing something he shouldn't have done. But did it help him? Because that was found out by halftime of that game. And in the second half, they weren't playing with deflated balls. And the Patriots still kept, they won that game by a lot.
Yeah.
That game was, I can't remember exactly what that was. Against the Colts. Was it the AFC Championship game? I think it was a
remember
playoff
the game, but
It was a
yeah.
playoff game against the Colts. So it's hard to make that because I think Brady had as good or better a second half with the legal ball. No, that doesn't mean you shouldn't get in trouble for doing things that you're not supposed to do.
No, you don't deflate balls.
What's that? Excuse me?
It's probably not good to deflate balls.
Probably not good. You have to ask Tommy about that.
Yeah.
Speaking of deflating balls, how's never mind.
Oh, what are you trying to say?
Nothing at all. How's the relationship going? Good.
Very well.
Yeah.
Gonna marry this young woman.
You're gonna marry her, are you?
Make her honest.
Yeah, what is she?
Yeah, we're gonna
Would she
marry.
just turn 24 or something? 23, 24?
Going on 50.
She's so smart. That's what it is.
Yeah.
She's-
Oh, thank you.
Someday her body
I
will
love to
ca-
talk about philosophy.
Yeah, she loves the Falcons wearing that shirt that says Super Bowl champs.
Yeah, I loved how on 328 how you did that, Bill and Jordan. Thank
Funny.
you guys so much on 328.
Wait, I didn't know this.
March 28th, she wore the Falcons championship jersey because, of course, that's when they
Yeah.
came back 28-3.
And she remembers that. She was watching it when she was 8 years old. Alex Williams is checking the ride downtown.
Hey, Eric, we are seeing some brake lights through the heart of the city, 75-85 southbound. You jam in right around 17th Street for the ride down to I-20. Northbound, on and off the brakes. Not terrible, though. University Avenue as you make the commute up toward Freedom Parkway. Had some earlier construction on Peachtree northbound, just north of Collier, heading out of Midtown into Buckhead. That has since cleared. Any better news in Spaghetti Junction there in DeKalb County, Andrew Seco?
Better news indeed. Everything cleaned up. We're off to the right, moving a little bit smoother. 285 right at 85, exit 33, but we're still brake lighted just a little bit here. So plan for some extra commute time heading in and out of Spaghetti Junction. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage on any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Have you ever really thought about the service companies you use? These are the folks you trust to do things for your home, more importantly in your home, that you just can't do for yourself, like taking care of your heating and air conditioning systems. This is Scott Slade, and this is where Ragsdale Heating and Air really stands out to me, with the great way they care for their customers and treat their homes with respect. Many of their employees have been with them for 10, 20, even 30 years. My Ragsdale technician did a wonderful job just last month with my preventive maintenance checkup that started with a big smile at the door and ended with assurance that everything was working just right. That's what you get every time with the good, caring folks at Ragsdale. I know you can trust them to take care of all your HVAC, plumbing, and electrical needs. You can see it for yourself with thousands of reviews and a 4.9 Google rating. It's easy to schedule your visit online at ragsdaleair.com or give one of their many friendly customer service reps a call. Ragsdale, the name I know you can trust.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now, 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Whoa! With the Cubs getting older, we need more space, so we're on the hunt for a new house. Our must-haves, a big yard for the Cubs and Scana Energy for natural gas. It won't be easy to choose the perfect house, but Scana has tons of options that'll make it easy to find the perfect natural gas plan. The sooner we find a place, the better. For a limited time, receive a $60 bill credit when you sign up. Call 1-877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/mover60. Limited time offer. Additional terms and conditions apply.
When it comes to beautiful, they wrote the book. Siding, paint, windows, and doors gives your home a brand new look.
At Superior Pro, we use the highest quality materials and the best techniques in windows, siding, painting, doors, and more. Plus, all our projects come with an extended labor warranty. Visit SuperiorPro.com for a free in-home design consultation.
Superior Pro, the pros to know.
Our weather can be crazy. Dry for days and drenched with storms, extreme heat to bitter cold, and your roof takes all the abuse. Dave Baker for Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. If your roof has problems, it may be showing you signs. Inside, look for wet spots on the ceiling or walls. Outside, check for streaks and stains or granules in the ground. If you find these, think of Findlay first. The perfect match for any roofing issues, and they offer 0% financing. Schedule your free roof analysis at FindlayRoofing.com.
Roof.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story, a school shooting threat in Cobb County leads to the arrest of a 17-year-old girl. Ellis Sever, a student at North Cobb Christian School, is accused of posting the threat in a Snapchat photo.
School resource officers was able to identify the student based on the picture of the Snapchat they were received.
and we were able to locate the student in one of the classrooms and remove the student from the class.
Sergeant Eric Mastretta with Ackworth Police says the school was placed on lockdown this morning and the student was taken into custody. She's charged with terroristic threats and is now held without bond in Cobb County. 68 degrees in Atlanta. Are we done with the severe weather threat for a while? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. Cleanup underway around Metro Atlanta after the storms came through earlier. Georgia Power's Matthew Kent says they have crews out now working to restore power.
If you are in transit later today, when you do see crews out working, please just give them a little extra space and slow down so that they can be safe as well.
Georgia Power says it has about 15,000 outages at this hour. Georgia EMC is reporting another 11,000 outages. Georgia is one step away from banning transgender athletes from girls' sports. In a 100-64 vote, the State House today approving the Riley Gaines Act, which also requires separate changing rooms. State Rep Josh Bonner says this would apply to all of the state schools from kindergarten to college.
Well, I think people recognize just the common sense nature of it. Boys should play in boys' sports, girls should play in girls' sports.
But opponents like State Representative Park Cannon say this is just a solution in search of a problem.
Today, we are literally erasing transgender Georgians.
The measure has to go to the Senate for a final vote. Congresswoman Nikema Williams steps down today as chair of the Democratic Party of Georgia.
The move comes after the state party made a change to their rules to make the role a full-time position. In a statement, Williams says she's still committed to electing Democrats. State Senator Jason Estevez serves as treasurer of the party and says Williams helped them make progress.
I look forward to building on that progress with her and with other leaders in this party as we enter this cycle this year with some statewide elections and then also enter the statewide elections next year.
The party's vice chair, Matthew Wilson, will serve on an interim basis until a new leader is elected. From the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
New developments today in the search for U.S. soldiers from Georgia's Fort Stewart missing overseas.
6 days after 4 U.S. soldiers went missing in Lithuania, 3 have been found dead. Recovery efforts continue for the 4th. Earlier today, their armored vehicle was pulled from a body of water. The 4 were on a tactical training exercise in the east of the country near the border with Belarus when they were reported missing last Tuesday. Elaine Cobb, CBS News.
The soldiers are not yet identified. Now, WSB Money Update today marking the end of a rough first quarter for stocks. CBS News Money reporter Jason Brooks says there's concern about higher prices and a recession.
Investors are going to be on guard this week with the Trump administration set to levy tariffs on all U.S. trading partners Wednesday and then 25% tariffs on imported autos and auto parts on Thursday. On top of the tariffs this week, the March jobs report comes out Friday, and it will be the first monthly employment report to reflect the federal government layoffs.
On Wall Street today, the Dow finishes up almost 418 points. The S&P gains almost 31. The Nasdaq, though, finishes slightly lower. Atlanta is launching its first ever program aimed at supporting the city's legacy businesses.
It's no joke. In collaboration with Invest Atlanta, officials plan to kick off the new initiative tomorrow, April 1st. What officials call the Atlanta Local Legacy Programs charged with promoting and sustaining those businesses that have been part of the city's economic base for 30 years or longer. The program has 3 main components: a new online legacy business registry, and empowerment grants and business improvement grants worth up to $50,000. I'm Bloomberg's Scott Carr for 95.5 WSB.
It's now 4:34. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather, and Triple Team Traffic starts with Alex Williams.
And thanks to traffic trooper Stephanie, we just found a new crash in DeKalb County. It's on the 285 northbound ramp to I-20 eastbound. Crash right at the beginning of that ramp, blocking the center of it, so that's going to start to cause delays back toward Flat Shoals. Once you get on 20 eastbound, you'll just be on and off the brakes through the work zone for the ride out to Panola Road, exit 71. The West Freeway, 20 westbound, starting to get a little bit slower out of West Atlanta. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, the delays pick up right around 285 with that merging madness heading out to Thornton Industrial Boulevard. Then seeing another slow spot, 20 westbound in Lithia Springs before and after Thornton Road. We got new trouble on the south side of town, Andrew Seco.
New trouble indeed. Swindy down passing the airport. We got a crash into center lane, 75 south at Forest Parkway, exit 237. Tap of the brakes already as you're merging from 285 eastbound as well. And a little bit of trouble through McDonough. Got a slow spot, 75 north. Something jamming you up. You're slow from Locust Grove all the way up towards Jotica Road, exit 222. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Cloudy skies with an isolated rain shower for this evening, clearing out for tomorrow morning, lows in the mid-40s. Tomorrow afternoon, sunshine, high 76.
Wednesday, mostly cloudy, highs in the low 80s.
68 in Johns Creek, 66 in Hampton, also 66 in Conyers. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Motorcycle riders are a different breed, and they need a different type of attorney. SteelHorseLaw.com.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
So many people are angry because Trump said that he couldn't care less that car prices go up due to his tariffs.
Don't care at all.
Now, I will say this. Now, some people believe in what you're doing. Some people don't believe in what you're doing. But I will say this. Either way, I have to give Trump credit. At least he used the proper phrase. Too many people say, I could care less, and it drives me nuts.
You could care.
Yes, if you could care less, that means there's a level of caring now, and you could care less than that. I couldn't care less means it's not possible to care less because I never cared at all. Not one scintilla. So you get points on the phrase.
I literally could care less.
It was momentary.
You had him there for a second.
It was momentary. Let's do this.
He's a misanthrope. He has a dark heart. And he needs a good psychiatrist. It's Greg Russ with stories from Studio B1.
Ocean Edition.
That is correct. Greg Russ is currently floating at sea. Where are you?
Correct.
If I could get a helicopter really fast, where would I have? What coordinates are you? Where are you?
I have no clue. You want me to find those out during the break?
No, it's fine. But I mean, about where are you? In what area are you?
Atlantic Ocean, heading towards Puerto Rico. Been at sail for 48 hours at this point.
And are you tired of it?
Tracking this stuff.
Hold on. Are you? Because you're stuck on a boat with the family, big family, and Greg is good with the family for like the first night.
A lot of Russes.
Whole lot of Russes.
There's a lot of
a bucket of Russes.
How many kids? How many? I could say when somebody says there's a lot of kids. How many days are left?
5 more days.
So I think we got the whole story between there's a lot of kids and 5 more days left. So you're having a great time.
I have 3 nephews, 2 nieces. Oldest is 7. Youngest is a year. That's the range.
Wow.
And I know this. I've dated people who have kids. I'm still shocked that kids don't just sit there and find ways to be entertained. They're always crawling around. They're never satisfied. They're always flopping around. There's this is a Disney cruise. I would never choose to go on this. It's like a cruise and Disney together. Can you believe I'm here? I can't believe I'm here.
So it's nice. Wait a minute. I want a picture of Greg Russ running into Mickey Mouse in the hallway.
I want Greg wearing. He's got to have the ears on. You got to rock the ears too, Greg.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I'm not rocking anything. I'm not one of these Disney adults that goes around with the Mickey or Minnie ears every place they walk. I cannot do it. But so these shows are designed for children. The point is these shows are designed for children.
Yes.
On stage, the characters are dancing around and their eyes are blinking and their mouths are moving. And I'm thinking, how does that work? But, the kids buy into it because it looks a little more realistic than someone just standing there.
And kids are dumb. Don't forget that. Kids are not that smart, so it's easy to fool them.
No, but they're even bored by this. I'm sitting next to my nephew last night. He's angry because Minnie comes on stage and Mickey's not there. He hates Daisy Duck, so I can tell with my nephew. He's
He's a
not like
misogynist.
the lady Disney characters. And so I told him in the show, he said, "Where's Mickey?" And I said, "I think Mickey, we're on a ship and his stomach's not feeling well, so I think he's on the toilet right now." And
Greg.
apparently he told everyone else in my family that the next day, like today, he's like, "Yeah, Uncle Greg said that Mickey wasn't feeling well.
And
He was
how did that
pooping
go
last
over with
night, and that's why he wasn't on stage."
That's an uncle's job, is to like do
Yeah.
weird stuff, like say weird stuff like that to
How
his
did it
nieces
go
and
over? How did it go over with the parents?
They think it's funny, I think,
Okay.
ultimately.
All right.
He got bored and jumped off the ship. Got eaten by a
Yeah.
shark.
He was accused of a murder he didn't commit.
He
so
was
jumped.
accused. Yes, we all know Mickey's innocent, but
I think Mickey is the most milquetoast character around. It blows my mind every time I see Mickey as the face of one of the biggest corporations in the world.
I'm with you.
I
I've
guess
never.
that's the reason why, because he's
Right.
safe and offensive.
But when you were a kid, I was never attracted to Mickey Mouse.
Didn't like him.
I
Neither was
didn't.
I.
There was. I wouldn't say.
Yeah, but Minnie.
I didn't. Woo, that bow tie.
Ooh, damn spoke both.
Looney Tunes was more entertaining for me when I was a kid. The Mickey
Yeah.
Mouse cartoons were boring.
And I just tell you, just all the characters. I didn't think Pluto was funny.
I was a big
Oh,
fan
not
of
Pluto.
Goofy.
The other, Goofy. I didn't think Goofy was
Well,
funny.
I'm an idiot.
And I didn't understand why there were two dogs.
Pluto, and what was Goofy? I guess a cow or something.
No, Goofy
No,
was
he's a dog.
There's a dog.
He
But
is?
then Pluto's
he's
a dog,
but
too.
Pluto's a dog that can't speak. So
Yeah.
you have one dog that can speak, and another one that can't.
It's just dumb.
Yeah. No,
Do you
yeah,
remember
that's it.
Goofy's his catchphrase or the thing he did? Remember he would go like, ah, hoo, hoo.
No, I don't remember that because I never saw those movies. I had no.
He had a big gulping laugh too, like yeah, like that.
Can I tell you the message? The message from the story last night. So Minnie, the curtain rises. Minnie's driving the ship. She's the captain. So
Of course, girl boss.
I'm the captain now.
But she, but she
Look at
steps
me.
aside.
And all men will be castrated.
She says she doesn't give the reason why, but she needs to leave the deck, and she turns it over to Goofy. You can only imagine what happens at that point. So
Uh-oh.
Goofy starts driving the ship,
Uh-oh.
and we get lost. We actually somehow get lost through space and time. So I give him a little credit for going weird with it. But the moral of the story, because Goofy's feeling bad that he got the whole ship lost, and Minnie comes back and says, "Goofy, we were never lost because you followed your heart, and if you follow your heart, you will
How are these
always know where
kids
you
gonna
are."
learn
garbage. That
anything? You get some kids be like, "Well, I'll just walk through the woods alone. I'll just follow my heart." This is a terrible thing.
My heart led me into this basement.
It's a terrible thing to teach a child.
Goofy just turns on the new Snow White movie. Here you go, watch this.
Rebellion.
The
doors are animated. And then Minnie comes back. No, Goofy, no, you're gonna lose them.
That would be an entertaining show, and I would appreciate that.
Sure. That's the Von Hessler
Realistic.
doctrine, however. That's not the show you're going to see on a cruise ship. Well, at least you didn't. The last time I was on a cruise ship, which didn't cruise anywhere, it was just that we went to the Super Bowl in New Orleans, and they brought ships up for hotels.
You were just physically on a
cruise ship, but all the other parts that were there, and whoever the comedian was, I've mentioned this before, but I always want to let the world know about Larry Larkin, who hit that stage. I mean, it was like all of a sudden it was 1955 again. It was fantastic. I'll never forget when he said, "Good evening to you. I'm Larry Larkin, and I'm here to entertain you." And as he got to that point, he had like a derby hat on, and he pulled. You know how you doff the cap? Well, he pulled it off, and there was another hat underneath.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Hilarious stuff. So I think that was a bit better, I think, than Goofy's escapades on the sea. Men
Yeah,
are
I'd
stupid.
say so. I think
Men are dumb. I think we ought to sit down and listen. Yeah, female mouse is talking. Well, the kids at least learned that women are better than men. And we all know that's true. And when you want to get somewhere, just follow your heart no matter where it takes you. Yes?
Also, they introduced the captain and the co-captain or whatever, the assistant captain, at the top of the show. And there were a couple kids freaking out because they didn't know who was driving the ship. They cannot grasp that there are other people who drive the ship. So because the captain was on stage, some kid I didn't know started crying because they thought the ship was just out of control.
If I was a kid, I never would have put any of that together. I'd just be like, I guess he can drive the ship through his brain. I never would have thought of anything. It's like, obviously, he's the captain.
You weren't anxious at that age?
Goofy should have run into an iceberg, though. That would be hilarious.
Yes.
That would be hilarious. And then they pretend the ship's... No, just kidding, kids.
Iceberg, right ahead.
Mentally challenged dogs first. Alex Williams has better news on 75 in Clayton County.
That is right. We had a crash 75 southbound before Forest Parkway exit 237. That crash has been pushed off to the side. All lanes open, but still seeing the delays out of Hateville getting past the international terminal for the airport. Once you get past that, brake lights find you again. 75 southbound. Maybe some new trouble around Hudson Bridge Road exit 224. We'll check on that. Northbound, you're seeing the delays from Highway 155 and McDonough breaking free up around Jodico Road exit 222. Don't forget on the south side, been dealing with the tree down on Highway 279, Old National Highway from the earlier storms just south of Highway 138. You'll still encounter some lanes blocked there. Checking the ride to the northern suburbs, Andrew Seco.
Seeing those brake lights in Cobb County, 75 north, you're slow from Smyrna Vinings through Marietta up into Kennesaw. Have some new trouble getting into Forsyth County. Crash off to the left and right shoulders, 400 northbound at McFarland Parkway. That's exit 12. In your right out of Doraville into Norcross, a little bit slow. 285 east merging to 85 north. Seeing the brakes from Beaufort Highway all the way up to Beaver Ruin Road, exit 102. This sport's sponsored by Zenchi Handcrafted Sushi. Craving something fresh and flavorful? Discover Zenchi Handcrafted Sushi. High quality, affordable, and made fresh daily. Find Zenchi Sushi today at your local Publix markets right by the seafood counter. From the Courier Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
If it's happening on the streets of Atlanta.
The Cobb County Medical Examiner's Office identifies 57 sets of cremains.
If it's happening on the roads leading to Atlanta.
Massive project at 285 and Georgia 400 has been a big improvement.
We've got it covered.
Atlanta jurors convict a former Customs and Border Protection officer.
Your 24/7 news source.
Covering the stories that impact you.
Tune in throughout the day to stay up to date.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
For many of you, it's happening. Your hair's thinning, your crown's disappearing, and maybe hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. Well, I got good news. It's Advanced Hair's incredible, yet simple, one-day treatment that starts regrowing your own natural hair the very next day, and it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's Mark Aaron back with you. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what about regrowing your hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to their world-class physicians, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, and I've seen their results, friends. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 470-660-HAIR. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Properties come in all shapes and sizes, and so do foundation repairs. Mark Beckham here. It could be new construction, a big house, a small house, or your commercial property. Anyway, you need the leaders in foundation repair to handle it. Get your free estimate at atlantaramjack.com.
Ashley Frasca, host of Green and Growing for Atlanta's premium sod supplier, NG Turf. Get farm fresh, high-quality sod, including Zeon Zoysia, Rebel Fescue, and Tiff Tough Bermuda, delivered direct from NG Turf, your premium sod provider. NGTurf.com.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kid sale free.
MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
At Superior Pro, we use the highest quality materials and the best techniques in windows, siding, painting, doors, and more. Visit superiorpro.com.
Superior Pro, the pros to know.
First Liberty Building and Loan. They say yes to small business financing when big banks say no. It's Eric Erickson. Make a 10-minute call to First Liberty Building and Loan, and you will know if you're a fit for their program. Go to firstlibertyga.com. That's firstlibertyga.com.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
All right, Greg Russ, since you are out at sea and you're still with us, how about a story from Studio B1?
All right, if you have Alexa or Echo, these Amazon assistant devices.
Oh, you have to say their name. You say, hey, so-and-so, find my keys. Hey, so-and-so,
Yes,
talk to my wife. I can't seem to relate to her.
If you own these things, as of 2 days ago, they no longer will be taking local-only voice requests, meaning all voice commands will be sent to the Amazon cloud. And they justify this move by citing the need to enhance their AI features. So we always thought all along that these things were constantly listening to us, constantly reporting back to Amazon. They probably were. Amazon claimed there was the ability to turn that off, but now they confirmed, yeah, that's definitely happening.
No, I would say this whole AI thing, I don't know, will it end humanity? Well, who knows? Something's going to. It could be that. I don't know. But everyone knows the downside of all of this, but this is one of those things. It's a Cold War mentality. Like, even though we all know, now whether it's true or not, that all the worst things that we think could, but we think that they could happen at the very least. But when it's like, we can't let somebody else get to that horrible future before us. If it does indeed lead to a horrible future, well, we can't let China destroy themselves with it before we destroy ourselves with it.
Yeah, we can't allow ourselves to fall behind.
We cannot, Mr. President, we cannot allow a gap. Just why Dr. Strangelove has turned out to be the greatest movie ever made, because it explains foreign policy and politics and all that kind of stuff better than anything else. Mr. Greg Russ.
The difference, I feel like China would use this so the government could listen to you. Here, not that I don't trust that the government wouldn't listen to us, but corporations listen to us.
And corporations are
figure out how to better serve us ads.
Listen, I think that I think we're spied on. Maybe some peculiar differences because we're still protected a little bit by a few amendments to the Constitution. We got a little bit of protection that the Chinese don't. But put it this way, I don't believe that the Chinese government is attempting to surveil their public any more than our government is attempting to surveil us. It just might be that there's a few more, a thinning firewall between us and the government. So we get screwed by our government, but not quite as much as the Chinese do by theirs. Is that right?
And
so it's a matter of degrees.
Yes. Speaking of degrees, I can tell you exactly where I am if you care to know.
About to give us the longitude and the latitude?
Yeah, the latitude is 20 degrees, 31 minutes, 88 seconds north, and the longitude is 67 degrees, 23 minutes, 55 seconds west.
And now George is looking that up to find you exactly. And I just learned something. I did not know that times were part of longitude, latitude. I didn't realize that. Didn't you put a times in there? Like you said, 30 plus 30 minutes or something? Or did I hear you incorrectly?
No, that's correct, but it's not used the same. It's just the terminology, minutes and seconds.
Oh, it sounded like you said 30 minutes north of Roswell, basically. It's like, okay, you get to this point, and then 30 more minutes. And then
so north would be north of the equator, south for latitude, and so, yeah, 20 degrees, 31 minutes, 76 seconds now north.
What does that mean? What does the 31
equator.
minutes and 76 seconds mean? I don't know. I'm not putting you on the
mean,
spot. I don't know what
the seconds keep. As we move, the seconds keep ticking, so that gives you a precise location.
I get
it's not based on time.
So within the two coordinates then.
Greenwich Mean Time, probably.
Right. Okay, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
the longitude is Greenwich. So north and south is the equator, and then the prime meridian is the longitude.
Okay.
So
All right. Now
west or
it's starting
east
to make
of that.
sense. I'm sorry. I apologize to everybody in the audience who knew that. I genuinely did not know that.
Well, so I didn't know it either. But one thing
you're using Starlink right now. Greg, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about this, but we signed up, and they're going to do a customer survey. So
very shortly. So Greg, how are you enjoying the Starlink service on your cruise?
Well, Elon, let me tell you that 2.3 Mbps up and 1.2 down. Wait, I had it backwards.
Oh yeah,
it's 2 point
so
down and 1 point up.
So
it's great.
On a scale
Speeds
of
are wonderful.
On a scale of 1 to 10, with so with 1 being poor and 10 being I'll give you $1 million, where do you rate it?
I mean, okay, I'm going to be fair.
Hold on a second. Did you hear the part where he said he'd give you $1 million if you went to a 10?
I heard that, but I don't care about it.
You're too honest.
Buy me.
Some people just have
can't
integrity.
Buy me.
Yeah, $2 million.
$2 million.
I'll be fair. I'll be fair that if you're normally on satellite internet, it's garbage, and this is better than garbage.
Smiley face or frowny face?
as far as satellite coverage goes, if I give it a 10, I mean this is again,
you get $2 million
satellite coverage.
Well, what's your Venmo?
I mean, this did cost me $40. This cost me $40 now. That's Disney setting that price, not Elon.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'd give it $40
to join the show today.
Give it to you for free.
Okay, so well, that's so I have to pay for what is that going to be in the end? 3 times? How much is it going to cost you? What's it going to cost me to have you on by sea?
Nothing.
Well,
you don't have to pay.
think
I'm
you should
making
have to
this
bear
choice.
that.
It's coming out of my funds, Eric. I'm the doctrinaire who joins the show no matter where I go. I travel the world.
I know you're in the middle of the ocean. You're in the middle of the ocean. And the good thing is that you know and I know that no one in management, when they heard you say that, even had one pang.
They're just thinking we pay him, and we pay him.
Is he? Somebody look into that. Alex Williams says there's a slowdown on 285 in Sandy Springs.
Yeah, 285 westbound, the outer loop you're jammed in from Georgia 400, getting past Roswell Road, exit 25. Speaking of, we had a crash on that new long collector distributor ramp, 285 west. It takes you from 400 to 285 west and to Roswell Road. That has since cleared. We do have a crash working in DeKalb County. Police with it, right lane block, 285 northbound, the outer loop at I-20, exit 46. A little slow back to Flat Shoals. And on the west side outer loop, you're on the brakes, 285 southbound from South Cobb Drive down to I-20. Found a trouble spot heading into downtown, Andrew Seco.
That we have. Got a left lane crash here, 85 south, right before the ramp to 75 north, exit 85. Already seen the brake lights back towards Piedmont Road. Downtown connector, a little bit of a jam spot here, 75, 85 north and south. The brake lights from East Point all the way up into Midtown. And we did just watch trouble clear to the right shoulder, 20 eastbound, getting towards Moreland Avenue. Those brake lights taking a couple of seconds to thin out. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Septic systems are not a do-it-yourself project. You need an expert. Hi, I'm Shannon, owner of Scorpion Septic. We're Dave Baker's septic experts on the Home Fix-It Show. My licensed and insured team specialize in solving your septic problems on the spot.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump-out charge with your repair. Details online.
ScorpionSepticServices.com. Scott Slade here to talk to you about your health, and I think it's real important to talk about what is most likely to kill you. Heart disease is the #1 killer of Americans, and the older we get, the more prevalent it is. But you can reduce your risk. Eat right, don't smoke, exercise, and be informed about what's going on in your own body. Like lots of potentially serious health problems, if you catch heart disease early, you vastly increase your chances of living a longer life. And that's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging scans take less than 10 minutes and screen with 98% accuracy for heart disease. Other scans, including brain and full body, are available too. Virtual imaging is locally owned and operated in Atlanta for over 15 years, so they can make you this terrific offer. A complimentary heart scan for you and your spouse with a few minimum requirements. So don't put this off. I've done it. Call Virtual Imaging today for your free heart scan. 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-7226. Or visit their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family.
Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Dramatically improve the look of your home and make your neighbors say wow with a new garage door. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. Replace that ugly, outdated garage door with a beautiful, modern, energy-efficient door that will add to your home's value and curb appeal. At All Four Seasons, we offer fast service, affordable prices, and a huge selection of styles, colors, and custom features. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top local story, it's happening now under the Gold Dome. Georgia lawmakers near final votes on school safety and transgender athletes in girls' sports. WSB's Jonathan O'Brien reports live on where things stand at this hour.
Yeah, Bill, that transgender athlete legislation has been debated throughout the session, and it's now one vote away from the governor's desk. The measure, known as the Riley Gaines Act, bars transgender athletes from girls' sports, and it mandates separate facilities for girls and boys in athletics. These guidelines apply to all Georgia public schools from kindergarten to college, but Democratic State Representative Park Cannon says the bill is dangerous.
Today, we are literally erasing transgender Georgians.
Supporters say the measure is simply common sense. That bill now heads to the Senate, where lawmakers there have advanced a school safety package that would increase the criminal penalty for school threats, require panic buttons in classrooms, and mandate schools create threat assessment plans. Senators changed language around a database for schools to track a student's history of threats. The changes concern Layla Contreras, who is a graduate of Appalachian High School and the lead organizer of Change for Chi.
We should be taking threats more seriously. When students make threats, that is harmful.
Now, sponsors insist the measure still goes a long way to keeping students safe. I'm told we will see final passage votes on both measures later today. Reporting live at the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
69 degrees in Atlanta after today's storms. What are the rain chances the rest of the week? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. In the aftermath of today's storms, over 12,000 Georgia Power customers are without power. Georgia EMC's reporting now another 10,000 plus outages. A lockdown today at North Cobb Christian School as a student accused of threatening a school shooting is arrested.
17-year-old Ella Sever is arrested and is being held at the Cobb County Sheriff's Office after the FBI was notified by Snapchat that she'd posted a threatening picture on the popular social media site.
It was a threat against the school, just saying that she was going to shoot up the school.
I asked Sergeant Eric Mastrada with Ackworth Police if there was a motive.
There was no prior history at the school. There was no indications of why she made the threat or if there's anything going on that would have led to the threat.
He said she'd been at the school for about 2 years. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Police around Metro Atlanta worked together to put the brakes on street racing.
DeKalb County Police conducted a crackdown on illegal street racing, which resulted in the arrest of 11 suspects, 40 traffic citations, the seizure of several weapons, and the impounding of 10 vehicles. DeKalb County Police spokesman Blaine Clark says the group could use some help.
The public is encouraged to help DeKalb County Police send a message to illegal street racers. If people have pictures or videos of street racing in their neighborhoods, they can send them to DKPD.
Police say the fight against street racing will continue. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
Dunwoody police are hoping someone can help them identify 2 suspects accused of buying thousands of dollars worth of jewelry from Perimeter Mall with a stolen credit card. Police say a man and a woman walked into the K Jewelers and illegally purchased over $63,000 worth of jewelry last September. Anyone with information can contact Crime Stoppers and could receive up to $5,000 in reward money. A lawsuit challenging sweeping changes to Georgia's election law is dropped by the Trump administration. The Biden administration initially filed the lawsuit in 2021, claiming Georgia was suppressing black voters. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger is pleased with today's decision by the Department of Justice.
Hardworking Georgians, taxpayers, paid to fund the lawsuits, pushing back against this idea that somehow we didn't have fair, honest, accurate, and lawful elections here in Georgia.
The lawsuit led to backlash against Georgia, including Major League Baseball's decision to move the 2021 All-Star Game out of Atlanta. It is now 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, it's triple team traffic, and it begins with Alex Williams.
Some better news for the folks heading into Midtown and downtown. Crash 85 southbound before you get to the ramps to 75 North and 17th Street is is now off to the right, but you jam up south of that crash right around 17th Street. Heavy delays continue down to I-20. We're going to check on a new crash around Cortlandt Street. Northbound slows up to Freedom Parkway. And I-20 eastbound still seeing the brake lights out of downtown heading to East Atlanta. We had a crash, held all lanes off to the side at Moreland Avenue, exit 60. But again, the delays remain out of downtown into East Atlanta. We picked up a new crash on the south side, Andrew Seco.
That we have. Couple left lanes knocked out here. Travel advisory time 675 south approaching Forest Parkway. That's exit 5. Delays filling in pretty quickly here. Might be time to avoid it. You may want to consider taking Highway 4223. From the Corey Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta Homes. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies this evening with an isolated rain shower possible before midnight, then clearing out and cooling down tomorrow morning, lows in the mid-40s. Tomorrow afternoon, sunshine, high 76, mostly cloudy on Wednesday, high 83, partly to mostly cloudy on Thursday and Friday with highs in the upper 80s to low 90s.
Right now, 66 in Decatur, 68 in Fayetteville, and 69 in Brazelton. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. All right, George has looked up your coordinates. I see you look to be about 100 or so miles off the coast of Dominican Republic and on your Disney cruise, Greg Russ.
Yes, that sounds right.
Yeah, and headed right there for Puerto Rico. You know, I didn't realize, because I don't spend a lot of time looking at world maps. I often admonish myself, Eric, you should spend more time looking at world maps. But, of course, I never do because I'm so busy. And the gummies, and all that. But I had not noticed that Jamaica and Puerto Rico are just directly on the same line with Haiti and Dominican Republic. So when I am wondering, so George, you're going to have to look this up, are they all part of the same kind of landmass that are like mountains and valleys under the water that just kind of rise up? Oh, yeah. Here's Miss Landbridge is with us.
Yep, there it is. That's the Landbridge.
An expert on Landbridge.
Linda Landbridge.
Linda Landbridge knows
It's
where they are.
Linda Landbridge.
I think it would just be like mountains, and then it comes up above the water, and then it goes down. But I'm wondering if it's a connected chain. I'm not saying that it is, so don't bust me if I'm wrong. I'm asking
Like the Hawaiian
the
Islands?
question. Yeah, like that. Well, yeah, kind of like that. Sort of, but bigger and with larger.
We'll let George do the research.
Yes, we will.
I get my geography of the Caribbean confused, too.
Do you say Caribbean or Caribbean? Do you say Caribbean or Caribbean?
So now that you've planned it, what would I say?
Don't you think it matters on what you're saying?
Caribbean.
Because if you're having the food, I think I would call it Caribbean food.
Yeah.
Right? But if
Yes.
I'm going to go on a cruise, it's going to be a Caribbean cruise.
Okay, because if you're going to write a lyric, I feel like Caribbean cruise is a
It
lot
depends on
better
how
than
many syllables.
Caribbean cruise. That really
Oh, it's
wouldn't.
the same syllables.
Yeah, but it still
Or you can
sounds
say
better.
Caribbean.
Yeah, that's what you did.
As I say.
You
Caribbean.
said Caribbean, which is there's really
Because I
no
was
reason
avoiding
for
it altogether.
Uh-huh.
Because I made that as a conscious choice to avoid, because I know there is a correct way. There's a way that people who live in this region prefer it to be pronounced, and I have no clue. So I just avoided it and said Caribbean.
Well, we'll have George look that up next after.
Did you see what Apple Maps put in the corner there? That's something that should be noted here.
The Gulf of something or other.
It says Gulf of Mexico and then in brackets, Gulf of America. So they put both on there. See, Google Maps is only doing Gulf of America.
No, way it is I think sometimes if you're looking from another country or from a different point of view, it'll say both or one or the other. All I know is it's very important. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I have. It's just important.
Google Maps just calls it Gulf of America, at least for an American user. So the fact that Apple Maps puts both says what side of history they're on.
Yeah, and there. By the way, you're damn lucky we're distracted by Canada, or we'd turn our guns on you, Apple. You have any more stories from Studio B1 while you're floating out there at sea, enjoying yourself while the rest of us are working and you're out there just having a good old time, Greg Russ? You're miserable.
Give you a
You're
list.
miserable. Tell me right now, you're miserable. You are miserable.
I'm not miserable.
Okay.
I'm not. No, because look, I mean, the stateroom's nice. I've escaped. There are places there's an adults-only section. We can get away from the kids. Also, spending
porno?
time with my
They
family.
showing porno over there? Is that the Disney
They
porn?
got those old
booths you put Puritan coins in.
That would be nice.
No, it wouldn't.
But
adults only.
I have a question. I have an answer to your question, rather. So they're a part of the Greater Antilles, but that's just the islands that they're a part of. And They sit on different parts of the Caribbean plate, separated by deep ocean trenches, meaning they are distinct landmasses.
Okay, so they're not a connected
of
chain.
A single submerged continent.
Thank you. You gave me all the information I asked for. I appreciate that, George Clark.
You know what I heard?
That there's a land bridge?
Exactly.
Well, and also,
I enjoyed this. I think geography of the day maybe should supplant.
Word of the day?
Oh, I like that.
Geography of the day.
Land of the day.
Land bridge. Land bridge.
You know, I would say that only someone suffering from homogamy would would even suggest such a thing. Which I just called you inbred. I called you there's someone who is a result of inbreeding.
That
yes.
is how dare you? I did see the new Snow White because, of course, they're showing movies here on this ship.
Oh,
and
how
being
bad.
a Disney cruise.
How bad.
And let me tell you, Dopey, he's not dopey because he's a dope. They got rid of that. He's not a dope
drug
anymore.
addict?
He's
Full
He's
of
just
dope.
shy. And
he
doesn't
can't
have
speak.
confidence.
He doesn't have confidence. I know this part of the story.
He
but go ahead.
does. He does end up speaking. So, a spoiler alert. Sorry.
Sorry, no, you're not
He
spoiling
ends
it.
up
Nobody's.
Grumpy has Asperger's.
Nobody's. No, Dopey is Snow White, who's perfect all the way through the movie. Apparently, there's no challenges really. We know she's going to overcome everything because she's Snow White. But she basically, I think, has a sit down with him and gets him to open up so that he does speak in the end.
She does.
Spoiler alert.
She gets him to whistle. She teaches him to whistle. And that, it's the first step where he gains the confidence and he gets comfortable with her, and then he speaks. It's nice.
Yeah,
she
and then
grooms
you find
him.
out. Spoiler alert! At the beginning of the movie, you hear a narrator's voice, and later on, you find out that it's actually Dopey's
Oh,
voice.
that's how much
that's kinda
confidence girl boss
Even though if
gave
everything
him.
else is, it's all dumb or whatever, but that's like a nice little touch.
That's cute.
Does she clean their house like she does in the cartoon?
No, she doesn't. She gives them brooms. She gives them the
Oh,
brooms,
come
and
on.
yes,
And
I've seen
instructions.
And then instructions. Are you kidding me?
Well, at least she knows how to do it.
That's right. Well, she can identify a broom. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
she knows how to do it.
I'm surprised that she's kissed because she still eats the apple, so she's in the death sleep.
Spoiler
And
alert.
The non prince, I forget what his name is, Daniel,
John,
Nathaniel,
I think it's John.
Jonathan, yeah. He comes up to her, and she obviously can't give him consent to kiss her, but he still does.
She's dead.
Yes.
The millennial conundrum.
Yeah,
I'd
so
rather
this guy
stay
like
dead.
sleep creeps on her.
Yeah, he sleep creeps. That's exactly what's going on here. Anyway, go ahead, Greg. I know you get
No, I'm
upset.
kind of interested.
I feel like Snow White in that instance would say, I'd rather stay dead than have you kiss me without my permission.
Yeah, exactly. Just you know what?
Don't sleep creep.
Yeah, don't. I think that's the message of the whole movie. Except that she does come back. It's kind of weird. There's this Lazarus element of Snow White. The thing that I'm realizing about Snow White and all of this controversy is that I've never known the Snow White story, and I've conflated it with Sleeping Beauty and Cinderella, because Cinderella's the only Disney animated movie I've ever seen in my life. So I don't even really know the story of Snow White. I'm finding out more about it now.
I'm the same as you. I watched the cartoon version, the movie that put Disney on the map, after I saw the new version. I had never seen the original, so I watched that for the first time. And
What, you went back to your room?
Oh, wow.
You went back to your room and watched it after watching it on the ship?
Not immediately.
Oh,
the next day.
All right.
When I was avoiding people. I came back
Yeah,
to the room.
let's get
What
back to
did
the
I do?
point.
It's
You're
like, I'll watch the
miserable.
original
You're
Snow White.
you are miserable right now.
Yeah, how were you able to sign up for this?
Completely and totally miserable. You don't. No,
I did not
you're
pay
saying
a thing for this.
Well, we
was
usually
all-
don't pay to be punished. You wouldn't want to pay to be punished, would you? I know you, Greg Russ. You are. Come on, allow me to delight in your misery. This is part of being friends.
It's not completely miserable. I'm not lying to you. But
Okay.
when I'm out with at dinner and people are digging into food and throwing fits, and I become miserable.
Yeah.
I can't deal with this.
Have you and Tina,
be
Christina?
here.
I'm sorry, you call your wife.
Yeah,
Tina.
that
I don't
way it
think
helps
you-
identify.
You call yours Tina.
Yeah, Tina. We got so many
Yours.
Christinas. Yours is Tina.
Your
His is
property
Christina.
legally.
Your property is
Yeah,
Tina.
right. She can use a broom.
Have you and Christina been able to? Have you been able to get away at night, see the stars on the deck and whatever? And,
Yes.
Oh, good. And I'm
Yeah,
sure
they all
that's-
go to sleep. All the kids and my sisters go to sleep 8 o'clock, 8:30.
Your sisters go to sleep at
Well,
8:30.
they have to because they all have little kids.
And they got to wake up. And
Well, they can't.
And then-
they can't leave the kids in the rooms,
Right.
so they have to retire.
That's the
before.
worst thing about having kids in a hotel when they still have to go to sleep so early
Yeah.
is that you now have the same bedtime as them because you're all in the same room.
Can't you just pay Goofy to be a nanny?
What, you kid?
Let's start a fire.
Uh-oh. How do you change a diaper? Oh, well.
I will just wait for
He
Mom
wears
and
one.
Dad to come.
I put him in the bathtub.
I realized that Goofy, the character, got something shoved into their pants around that area. It looks like a diaper, just to make them fatter. But
Oh,
it
yeah,
looks like a
yeah.
diaper.
It's, you know what? You're too skinny. Put on a diaper. There you go.
Greg,
now
do
you're Goofy.
Greg, do you and Christina at least have a drink package or something where you can do something adult
It's
while you're
always
there?
alcohol with
I'm
this
just
guy.
saying, like if you're going to be on a Disney
You guys
cruise
better
in a
have
drink
it.
package,
Jared,
in a
hey, Greg,
place,
Jared has one question. Surprisingly, it has to do with alcohol.
I'm just trying to help
Yes,
Greg
we've,
out.
We've spent $112 so far on alcohol in 2 days. Yes.
Okay, all right. So but you didn't get the
It's only
package.
like
So you don't
5
have the
drinks.
drink. So wait, do you
No,
have?
I don't know if
because
they
the drink
offer a
package,
drink.
Right, is free.
Yeah, I don't know if they offer a drink package that you can buy up front. They want to keep reaming.
So $112 in 2 days, and I'm supposed to believe you're not miserable. You're just creating more evidence for what I know. And by the way, it's only Monday, so you're going to be on again on Wednesday, right? And on Friday, will you be able to, or will you be like disembarking or something on Friday?
I think Friday I'll be able to. Also, we don't.
Okay, we're gonna. Okay, he's not. He's had a. Let's call it 20% misery on Monday, and let's just rate this on Wednesday and then Friday and see where he goes on the misery meter.
There's free ice cream. I've had 4 soft serve ice cream cones already today.
Today? He's going to be 20 pounds heavier when he steps on. He's on the diabetes cruise.
Yes. Coming on the show is therapy for Greg. This is the therapy.
Hold on.
Look, it's the time.
Sound like me. Hold on, we got to do traffic. Alex Williams says there's a travel advisory on 675 in Ellenwood.
A crash where only the right lane is getting by. Single file, 675 southbound Forest Parkway, exit number 5. That's the exit there in Ellenwood. You're quickly stacking up back toward I-285. Use Highway 42 or I-75 southbound. We're 75 south. A few brake lights in Forest Parkway. Then again in Stockbridge approaching Highway 138. And we have found 2 new trouble spots in the northern suburbs, Andrew Seco.
That we're dealing with a right lane crash here, 400 northbound, getting past Windward Parkway, exit 11. Bit of a delay spot here, starting to build as we speak. And new trouble, the Sewanee HO blocked off with a crash 85 northbound at Lawrenceville Sewanee Road. That's exit 111. From the Corey Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Topical.
Basically, the text of the email reads like this.
Local.
Someone bought a car with my credit, and someone tried to file a tax return.
Mark Aram.
I'm a simple man with simple needs.
Tomorrow at 9 a.m.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Avoid the stress of preparing to sell your home. With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can skip the hassle of spring cleaning and sell your home for maximum value. Hi, this is Mark Spain. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed. Chris, with all the things we're reading, seeing, and living through these days, from rate cuts, election season, and now a new administration, now seems like a great time to make sure we have that comprehensive plan in place. You know, the one that covers all our financial bases.
There are occasions throughout the year where I feel like it's critical for people to engage their financial lives and get the information that they deserve from a financial advisory team. And this is one of those times, to be quite frank. So we ask that you call us if you have a minimum of $500,000 in your full portfolio. But we're going to do away with that minimum so that those folks can have an equal opportunity to understand what's in their portfolio as well. Now, you have to have some money, right? I can't help you to build your wealth at work, right? But I sure can help, I believe, with your 401k, IRA management. There's probably 2 or 3 things that'll surprise you that you may want to take action on. So the next 10 people that call in will work up either a portfolio x-ray, or if you feel like you need a full retirement plan, go to unleashyourmoney.com, click on portfolio x-ray, or click on full retirement plan. We think you'll be impressed enough, and we want you to become a client. There's no question about it. We believe that we are a very competent fiduciary advisory team, and we want to offer that to our listeners. Let Hoffman Financial Group actually show you how we perform, and I believe we perform at the pinnacle of this industry.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
Looking for ways to save on your energy bill? This is Scott Slate. Well, the first step is knowing how much energy you're using. With Georgia Power's My Power Usage tool, you can check your daily energy consumption and see how even slight adjustments can help lower your energy bill. Turning off your lights when not in use, caulking and weather stripping windows and doors, washing full loads of clothes in cold water can all make a difference. Check out the resources that can help manage your energy usage at georgiapower.com/myenergy.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
At Superior Pro, we use the highest quality materials and the best techniques in windows, siding, painting, doors, and more. Visit SuperiorPro.com.
Superior Pro, the pros to know.
Avoid the stress of preparing to sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. You can skip the hassle of spring cleaning and sell your home fast for maximum value. Spring into action and sell your home with confidence. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
All right, Greg Russ.
This is it. I got to go to
Out at Sea, yeah.
The Coco-themed dinner here at 5:45.
What is the Coco-themed dinner? So everything's chocolate?
The Disney movie, the Disney movie Coco.
Oh.
No.
It's a good one.
Oh, okay. Well, so what does that mean? Are the waiters going to act like they're people from the animated film or something? Or are you going to watch the movie?
There's 3 different restaurants that you cycle through when you're on the cruise, and this is the first time we're going in. But from the pictures and from what I'm peeking in, it's a cool-looking restaurant. I'll give them that. The aesthetic is cool. But yes, there's some kind of live show where people are singing. I don't know the story of Coco. What's the story?
I have
The
no idea.
story is the Day of the Dead, and if you don't put the pictures of your relatives up during the Day of the Dead, then they disappear in the dead world.
Oh, they're
so you
spirits.
have to always remember them. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
it's
how
really
far
sad.
back? Like 17,000 years?
All of them.
All the way
So,
back to the cavemen? How far back do you have to... George?
Are you with any Disney adults, or is this just a thing for the kids? I was just curious.
What do you mean Disney?
This was booked. George is asking because there's those people who go on Disney cruises without kids because they're Disney adults.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Weirdos.
No,
They have their honeymoon at Disney World, like weirdos.
I just time
This
by
was
myself.
booked. This was booked for the kids.
And so
the
everybody
Disney
has
choice.
kids. So it's not
I
just the
don't
kid.
have any.
It's not just the kids around you. You're surrounded. The whole damn ship is just littered with children.
Well, no. As George said, there's plenty of just Disney adults, people who love Disney.
Oh, well, no,
so
but he was
much.
actually asking, are there Disney adults on the ship? So actually the answer is yes, there are Disney adults
Plenty.
on the ship. Okay.
Yes. I thought he was asking with my group.
I thought
But
maybe
yes, on
your
the ship,
sister
many.
or something was a huge Disney head. But,
Yeah, maybe. Could be. Are you judging, George?
No, I was
Sounds
just
to me like you're
curious. I thought
judging
maybe
Greg's family there.
He would have stories about what she does at Disneyland and World.
And we do it all for
All
her.
over.
No, that's I don't know how anyone affords Disney. If you go to the parks, if you go on the prices are
Dude,
out so much.
The prices of everything. You just go and you think I think me and a couple of my buddies in Chandler, Arizona, went for just a coffee. We each had coffee and like maybe a pastry or a breakfast sandwich or something like that. $52. Like everything is starting to cost just a ridiculous. Now this was in a pretty highfalutin area, but still.
But I mean, you're getting coffee and a sandwich. That's
No,
nothing.
I'm 52 for all of us, not just
but
for
still,
me.
okay, but 3 even.
Yeah, that was my point.
That's
yes,
insane. That's a lot.
I mean, it was my breakfast sandwich was hearty, but still, it was just a bagel.
Not going back. This is where we are.
And I know it's never going back. It's just going to get worse and
But
worse.
I thought they were
and
going to
worse.
lower the prices after COVID stuff ended.
No, it's not. How are they going to lower? That's what I love. That
Maybe
people,
we're just still waiting for that to lower.
people think that there's like some czar that decides, okay, lower the prices.
The eggs are.
The prices will come down. The only thing that brings prices down is you have a large supply, like more supply than demand, right? That's the old-fashioned way. And then somebody comes along, you have a lot of competition. So because even if the others are keeping their prices high to compete with them because you have more supply than demand, you undercut them, and then there's a race to the bottom. That's how that would
Or people
begin.
refusing to pay these prices, but everyone keeps paying it. They don't care apparently.
Wow,
They
let's
don't
just
care.
do. Wake up and
You don't have to go get coffee and sandwiches. You don't have to go on these cruises. You don't
I
have to
gotta
spend-
have my omelet. I gotta start my day with an omelet, or it's no good day starts without an omelet. I can tell you that. And no good evening ends on the sea without a nice dinner with 9,000 children in the Cocoa Room. And I bid you adieu, Greg Russ, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday. Enjoy the cruise. Alex Williams says there's trouble on 400 in Alpharetta.
Yeah, it's a stall in the work zone, knocking out the right lane with no shoulder to get to. 400 northbound, just past Windward Parkway, exit 11, so that's slowing the ride up into Forsyth County. Better news in Swanee, crash moved off to the right, 85 northbound, Highway 317, exit 111. Sounding a new travel advisory in DeKalb, crash 2 left lanes, 285 eastbound. The outer loop before Flat Shoals, exit 48, quickly jamming from Boulder Crest Road. Use I-20 eastbound as an alternate. Travel advisory number 2 on the south side, Andrew Seco.
Only a right lane open, getting through Ellenwood 675 south. Going to crash at Forest Parkway, exit 5. Delays all the way back to 285. Avoid the area. Take Highway 4223. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage on any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
So you're losing your hair and you need a simple solution that works, but you want the best. It's Mark Aram here. Modern technology, top-rated physicians. You want something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair's completely redefined hair restoration, from the experience itself to the unmatched results they produce. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, address them all with a simple one-day treatment in a calm, relaxed environment with experienced pros. Advanced Hair has performed tens of thousands of breakthrough advanced FUE treatments, and get this, your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day. No one else in Atlanta can offer the advanced FUE found at Advanced Hair. Fix your hair loss today, starting with your free consultation, and you'll also get $500 off if you move forward. Call 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with a team that's redefined hair restoration. And don't forget to ask about that Advanced Hair Guarantee, 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
If you're suffering from burning, tingling, or numb feet, you need to pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Bruce Stevens, D.C., owner of Woodstock Health Institute. Dr. Stevens, what is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is actually nerve damage to the feet and legs.
And what are the symptoms?
The major symptoms are tingling, burning, muscle cramps, numbness, coldness in the hands and feet, and problems with balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It is treatable, and we've seen great results. Call
678-743-9617 today to schedule the free neuropathy nerve damage screening. The screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious complications and if you are a candidate for the treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe that there is nothing that can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. Call 678-743-9617. The first 25 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Space is limited. Call 678-743-9617.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home, make price-boosting upgrades. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com. One more time, Orchard.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top local story. A 17-year-old girl is accused of threatening a school shooting in Cobb County.
It was a threat against the school, just saying said that she was going to shoot up the school.
Sergeant Eric Mastretta with Ackworth Police says Ellis Sever is a student at North Cobb Christian School. She is under arrest. The investigation started after the threat appeared in a Snapchat photo. The school was placed on lockdown and the student was taken into custody this morning. She's charged with terroristic threats and is now held without bond in Cobb County. 69 degrees in Atlanta. Are we done with the rain today? And what days this week could get close to 90 degrees? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Some communities in metro Atlanta are cleaning up from the severe storms that rolled through earlier today. There are reports of trees down in a number of counties. Georgia Power's Matthew Kent says no matter how big the storm season, they are ready.
Every storm season is different, so that's why we're always prepared.
Between Georgia Power and the EMCs, over 20,000 customers are without electricity. New this half hour, a delivery driver is arrested after police in Cobb County discovered dozens of stolen packages in her car.
Police in Kennesaw pull over a vehicle on Bells Ferry Road last Friday evening because a taillight wasn't working. However, when officers approach the car, they smell marijuana and then search the vehicle. That's when they find about 50 packages inside. Authorities tell me the driver, 32-year-old LaShawn Crumble, was a contracted driver for the On-Track delivery service, which is how she acquired all the boxes. Police are now following up with the victims to get their deliveries to them. Crumble is being held in the Cobb County Jail without bail. Michelle Wright, 95.5 WSB.
Lots of activity under the Gold Dome today as Georgia lawmakers vote on a number of key issues, including the Riley Gaines Act, which keeps transgender athletes out of girls' sports. State Rep Josh Bonner is among the supporters.
We know that this is an issue that's got to be addressed, and our goal in Georgia is to address it before it becomes a significant issue.
But Democratic State Rep Karen Lupton wonders why this is necessary.
The Senate's first priority is a problem that does not exist.
The bill now goes to the state Senate. Senators vote 45-9 today on a school safety bill that includes requiring mobile panic alert systems in schools. It now goes to the House. The Georgia Democratic Party will elect a new chair after Nikema Williams steps down today.
The 5th District Congresswoman's decision to leave the post comes after the party changed the rules to make it a full-time position. Williams says even though she's stepping down, she remains committed to electing Democrats. State Senator Jason Estevez serves as the treasurer of the state party and has nothing but praise for Williams.
Because of her tenure, Democrats in Georgia have seen significant progress.
The party's vice chair, Matthew Wilson, will serve on an interim basis until a new leader is elected. From the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
3 of 4 U.S. soldiers based at Georgia's Fort Stewart are found dead in Lithuania. Their military vehicle has been pulled from a swamp after nearly a week of searching. The search continues for a 4th soldier. The 4 soldiers are part of the 1st Brigade of the 3rd Infantry Division stationed at Fort Stewart near Savannah. They were reported missing during training in Lithuania. The military is not yet identifying them. The city of Atlanta is launching the city's first legacy business program.
What officials call the Atlanta Local Legacy Programs, charged with promoting and sustaining those businesses that have been part of the city's economic base for 30 years or longer. The program has 3 main components: a new online legacy business registry, and empowerment grants and business improvement grants worth up to $50,000.
Bloomberg's Scott Carr reports residents and visitors of Atlanta will be encouraged to frequent these businesses. Now, WSB Money Update. Stocks are mostly higher today to end a roller coaster month of March. The Dow gains over 417 points, the S&P up 30, and the NASDAQ is down 23 points. It is now 5:34, and this news is sponsored by Findlay Roofing. It's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather, and Triple Team Traffic starts with Alex Williams.
A few changes with our crashes on the south side of town. The 285 eastbound, the outer loop Flat Shoals exit 48 was in 2 left lanes. They made quick work of that. It is now off to the right. Still slow as you leave I-675. Speaking of 675 southbound, you're jammed up from 285 down into Ellenwood, exit number 5. That crash was in 2 left lanes. Now they're just holding the right lane, so that's going to keep that ride slow. And if you're traveling 285 southbound, the outer loop on the west side, you're seeing that afternoon volume from South Cobb Drive down to I-20, the West Freeway. No crashes in your way, just the volume. Checking the ride through Midtown and downtown, Andrew Seco.
Not often we get to say this, Alex, but the downtown connector is working well. Got a bit of a delay spot southbound from 17 to I-20, but northbound you are only seeing the brakes from I-20 all the way up to Freedom Parkway. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, and here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies this evening with an isolated rain shower possible before midnight, then clearing out and cooling down tomorrow morning, lows in the mid-40s. Tomorrow afternoon, sunshine, high 76. Mostly cloudy on Wednesday, high 83. Partly to mostly cloudy on Thursday and Friday with highs in the upper 80s to low 90s.
After all those storms earlier today, WSB Storm Tracker radar is all clear around Metro Atlanta. 68 degrees in Beaufort, it's 69 in Marietta, and 70 in Peachtree City. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now, 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Get back on your feet, medical bills paid, and your case resolved. SteelHorseLaw.com.
Window Nation customers have been singing our praises for years. With fast local service and an industry-leading 96% customer satisfaction rating, it's no wonder.
I researched window companies for the last year to see what the average prices were and the quality of work. Window Nation nailed both.
Get 2 windows free with every 2 you buy. Pay no interest for 2 full years. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Schedule a free estimate now. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com. That's 866-90NATION.
I feel like somebody wanted to yell at so I'm looking. I didn't listen to the open mics that you put in there before the show.
Oh boy!
And now I don't want to play the Autumn one if the guy's nuts. That's mad at Autumn. Like I don't.
Who's mad at me?
Like if she made a joke and he just took it seriously, I'm not interested.
It didn't sound that accusatory or mean.
All right.
Maybe the judge. Okay.
You know what? Even if it is,
this guy.
It's always fun to be accusatory and mean to Autumn, is it not?
Yeah.
He leaves open. He leaves open.
She loves it.
He's a big complainer, and I guess because Autumn isn't taking the traditional conservative or Trump line, he's calling her out for it.
That's what I'm saying. Is it one of these guys? Don't you understand? Does he talk like this?
A little bit, but it's not.
Does he talk like this? The kind of person you cannot ever imagine actually relating to his family members.
He does sound like that, yes. But I don't think
he
it's
makes
overly
a good
mean.
point about one thing.
So we'll
is it about how Autumn doesn't know what the hell she's talking about?
How about how beautiful I am? Probably.
Does he mention that?
I think he mentioned land bridges.
Okay, so you guys at least.
Best friend.
All right, with all of those caveats.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Eric.
So you got that bimbo in Maryland.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Fired.
Sir, I used to live. By the way, Tim never picked up on that as being even slightly
I
negative.
forgot about the bimbo line. I forgot about
Yeah, he doesn't really say anything too
She's
bad.
not a bimbo anymore.
I do want to say No, not since she left you. So,
Right.
I want to say to this gentleman, I swear to God, I remember living in a country where people were like halfway decent to each other. I swear to God. I swear to you it existed. I swear to you something, sir, you cannot know. That there was a time where we were kind to people who disagreed with us. I know you don't think it's true, sir, because I can reach out even from that beginning of that call and see in your soul that there is nothing there that you could imagine. I disagree with her. She offended me. Here come the names. That's the way it works. It's 2025. It's the United States of America. This is how we talk to each other, and I don't want to be left behind, says the caller. But you know what? I'm not listening to the rest of the call. Just not going to happen. Not going to happen. Because you can say something like that.
Himbo.
He could have said that in a humorous way, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
He
not the
could have
word.
said the boobs on the show.
Yeah,
Like we always,
yeah.
You know.
It's not the particular word. It's not the particular insult. It's the tone. It's the tone. And I'm just going to make an example on this show about it. Get the number to some other station and call because they'll love it, sir, because they don't know what the hell they're doing and all they want is something that is clickable and debatable. So that's not this show. That's not this show. And like I say, you could have said the same exact thing with humor, and I would have let it go. But I swear to God, I used to live in a country where people showed just a little morsel of respect for each other, even if they disagreed. And you can't imagine that. I've seen within your soul, and I know that you can't imagine that. But I'm here to tell you that it is true. And I'm just not going to contribute to it. And you may, Eric, you make fun. Yes, we make fun of things. We with humor, we deal with current events and the world. But that attitude doesn't belong on this show. I hate that talk radio attitude. I just hate it. I used to hate it. I loved Rush Limbaugh. People never talked about his sense of humor. And then people would call in, and it's like you'd think that they were doing their own radio show. Rush, here we go again.
Yeah.
I cannot stand those kind of callers to talk radio.
He ran circles around those kind of
course
callers.
he did.
He did. He got bored with them. You could hear it in his voice. Yeah,
Okay,
well, wait a minute.
It's just like, hey, are you calling into your favorite radio station or are you auditioning to get your own show? That guy's like, well, this is how it works. People get clicks by insulting each other. Hey, the rappers diss each other, and it's really popular. You are correct. And Eric Von Hessler can't stand it.
We take real open mics like this one here.
Hello, Eric and the Doctrinaires. Hi. This is really just a kind of a random question. Just curious, how do you handle when one of y'all gets the hiccups?
That's a good question.
Again, just a random question. It is Monday at 3:15 in the afternoon, and this is Dave in Buford.
It has happened. It has happened a couple times. I'm surprised that it hasn't happened more often. If it is true that fear cures you of hiccups, I've always thought the idea of boy, that would be terrible, and I would be afraid for that to happen while I was on the air. Maybe that's the reason it doesn't happen very often.
You stay afraid.
You stay afraid.
That's
if
right.
you're a talk show host, you
I stay
are permanently
so I don't
afraid.
have to get rid of my hiccup.
That's right.
I think it'd be really hard for
it's
him.
preemptive fear is what
Yeah.
it is, actually.
For a monologist, too, especially. Could you imagine? Like, if
Yeah.
you're solo? I mean, if Shelley got the hiccups, that would be so difficult.
Sorry, I got, I ate the pizza from Costco too quick. What you call it? Somebody scared me.
Someone's got to come scare me. Hey, somebody's got to sneak up on me. I can't see you coming. You got to scare me.
Now, that would be tough.
I used to make myself burp to get rid of them, and that worked.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why, but it did.
Well, listen, if you can make yourself burp, I only used to do that to entertain the troops in third grade. But if I didn't realize it had any sort of palliative,
it just worked.
Yeah, good. That's good stuff. You know what else is good stuff? Autumn's favorite segment. Let's do it.
The experts say.
Experts say. Experts say.
The experts say.
Experts say.
The experts say on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
Autumn.
Yes.
At least the first three stories I chose myself, so I think we're on pretty good ground. I think you'll like them. Now, the first one's political.
I'll be the judge.
All right, the first one's political, but you'll just come in.
Yeah, come on. Give the experts a chance, Autumn.
Yes.
Boring.
Give the experts. All we are saying is give the experts a chance.
You're
Is
right.
that asking you too much?
They don't get enough.
They don't get. Can
enough
you just
chances.
open your heart every once in a while and stop being the cold witch of Crofton, Maryland? They say the cold witch of Crofton, Maryland.
That's about as mean as bimbo.
I'm a bimbo. Yeah.
The bimbo witch.
Yeah, the bimbo witch of the greater Baltimore area. Sounds better than Crofton. You know? Who cares about a bitch in Crofton? Man?
Probably plenty of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's plenty everywhere you go.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know if you've
Crofton is
noticed.
the epicenter.
Yeah, that is where they. That's where they manufacture
The bitch factory.
It's the bit. That's where the bitch factory is, and that's where Autumn. That's one of her
By the
other
harbor.
jobs. One of her 5 jobs. She has a.
Yeah.
She's one of the supervisors.
Baltimore
The Baltimore bitch factory.
You're not being bitchy enough.
I guarantee you. You're gonna love it.
We're gonna bring back bitch manufacturing.
Hell yeah!
Listen,
right in this country.
It was made in America.
Too many bitches are coming out of China. We're going to put a tariff on those bitches and get the bitches brewing right here in the middle of the United States.
So if you bring your bitch headquarters here to America, no tariffs.
You won't have to pay a tariff. Get a
Yeah, we gotta
big,
get back
beautiful
to-
American-made bitch.
We got to get back to making our own. All right, I think we said the word.
Yes, I was just thinking the same.
I'm gonna put this in my
Points
FCC
called.
notes.
We've exhausted.
We've said
our
we've said the word
usage
bitch
for
this
the
many
week.
times.
Yes, make sure you put that to the FCC. Let
They're
them
gonna
know.
love this.
And if you want to complain, go ahead. I'm a little tired anyway. Maybe they'll give me a few days off.
Yeah, pay the fine.
Oh, I'm off next week, aren't I?
Sure are.
Oh,
You got spring break.
Yeah, you're off all week.
Next week.
I didn't know that.
Well, I just decided about 3 days ago. 2 or 3.
Oh, okay.
It was put out there as an option. And at first I was like, well, what if the audience? And then I was like, the audience. What am I thinking of? I had to remember who I really am. A lazy, lazy person.
Yeah.
And I just went ahead and said, yeah, I'll take it.
Wait, so you're just taking the time off? You're doing anything?
The things that I am doing with my time off are going to be, yes, I am going to be doing some things, but
Oh, okay.
it's not, you know what I'm not doing? Getting on another damn plane going to another place.
Why not? You've been jet setting all over.
I
This
know.
is a good opportunity.
No, no.
Too much, though, can be too much.
Yeah, I don't like it. The airports and this and
Go
that.
down
The
to-
dogs, I told you, the dogs fighting in the airport like I'm in a zoo.
Go down to Miami. Have a little spring break.
I just was in Arizona. It was beautiful.
You could be Grandpa Ecstasy down there for everybody. Go
Oh,
have
yeah.
fun. Come on.
Hey,
spring
Grandpa,
break.
Hey, Grandpa Ecstasy's here, and I got more in the van.
Go have fun with everybody.
I noticed you put glitter in places that they never used to when I was a young man, and it's a transactional thing, you know. It's I got the ecstasy, you've got the glitter.
You got the glitter. Let's get together.
I got the ecstasy in my van. Alex Williams says 675 is jammed into Clayton County.
Yeah, tough delay. 675 southbound this afternoon, starting just south of 285 for the ride into Clayton County, specifically the Ellenwood area. Crash. They had all lanes blocked, got it out of the left lanes. Now it's holding the right lane just before Forest Parkway, exit number 5. So those delays will continue. 75 southbound, still seeing some volume before and after I-285. A little bit of merging madness there. 85 southbound, a tap of the brakes in Fairburn. Most of that is the right lane slowing, trying to ramp onto Highway 74, Sonoya Road, exit number 61. Still watching delays on Georgia 400 in Alpharetta, Andrew Seco.
That we are. Officials in the right lane with this trouble spot here, 400 northbound north of Windward Parkway. That's exit 11. It's a short delay spot, but you will be sitting in those brake lights for a couple extra minutes getting closer to Forsyth County. The sport's sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Learn more about the sport of common threads and nutrition education at anthem.com/dream. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Blue Cross Blue Shield Healthcare Plan of Georgia, Inc. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
When the weather is at its worst, we have a tornado warning for Coweta County. This is going to include the city of Noonan.
We're at our best.
Georgia Power says it has about 15,000 outages at this hour. Georgia EMC's reporting another 18,000.
Download the WSB radio app to stay up to date.
Stoplights are blowing in the wind so heavy they're almost horizontal to the pavement.
95.5 WSB, your severe weather station.
When you decide to buy a natural diamond, remember Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort is an authorized Hearts on Fire jeweler. Every Hearts on Fire diamond is a piece of art, carefully and thoughtfully selected and crafted, worthy of the kind of special occasions that come along a few times in a lifetime. My friends at Tara Fine Jewelry will show you how to accurately compare diamonds with their famous personal service, so you'll know you're making a good decision. You'll see why I've been a Tara Fine Jewelry customer for over 25 years. Tara Fine Jewelry in Buford.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Springtime means even more time spent outside. Festivals, concerts, ball games, but it also means more road construction. It's Smiler Mark McKay. Road work means new traffic patterns, closures, sign confusion, and add in a distracted driver, you'll find yourself in a wreck. If someone crashes into you, you need the strong arm, John Foy & Associates. They'll protect your rights and your wallet against the big insurance companies. John Foy will treat you with respect and compassion, all with zero upfront costs. Call for your free case evaluation, johnfoy.com.
When it comes to your home, quality is crucial. Trust the Plus. Painting Plus. The Plus means siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and of course, painting.
Hi, I'm Charlie, owner of Painting Plus and the Plus family of businesses. Quality comes first. We have the most experienced exterior craftsmen in the industry.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus. Siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
Playing a game with your family, that's a lot of fun. Playing a game with your roof, you'll lose every time. Dave Baker here for Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. When it comes to replacing or repairing your roof, think of Findlay first. You'll always win with Findlay. They're the extra effort experts with high quality, highly rated roofing experience and expertise. They've replaced over 65,000 roofs locally. With Findlay, manners matter. With Findlay, you get upfront pricing, exceptional service, and they'll treat your home like it's their own. Win, win, win. Only Findlay Roofing stands behind their work with a lifetime leak-free warranty at no additional cost, and you'll pay nothing until the job is complete. Findlay Roofing is the perfect match for any roofing issues. Plus, they offer 0% financing. Get started with a free roof analysis at FindlayRoofing.com. Roof.
All right, we opened it up. Let's do it. Experts say.
Forget two terms, Eric. Experts say Donald Trump could legally stay president until 2037.
There's a loophole.
If J.D. Vance decides to run as president and he runs as the vice president.
Now, first of all, I believe this. I believe I'm maybe a little less than I would believe 3 weeks ago. But I'm hanging on to the belief that Trump is gaslighting everyone. Now, do we have the audio?
Sure
from,
do.
Yeah, this was after he said this stuff on the on Meet the Press or something over the weekend. Then he was asked about it while he was on Air Force One.
I don't want to talk about a third term now because no matter how you look at it, we got a long time to go. We have a long time. You know, we have almost 4 years to go. And that's a long time. But despite that, so many people are saying, you've got to run again. They love the job we're doing. Most importantly, they love the job we're doing.
They mostly love the job we're doing.
They mostly love it. They love the job, and that's 4 years is long. Like very.
Yes, it's 4 years.
That's lots of days.
Yes,
many
it
days.
Sure is.
A lot more
the
hours.
question about that. The question was, do you recognize that there's was it the 22nd Amendment that says
yes.
that a president can only have 2 terms.
Well, we're looking into that. A lot of people are hoping.
You know what? I got the real guy saying pretty much that.
Okay.
Does that mean you're not planning to leave office on January 20th?
I'm not looking at that, but I'll tell you, I have had more people ask me to have a 3rd term, which is in a way it's a 4th term because the other election, the 2020 election was totally rigged. So it's actually
that wasn't the
sort
question.
of a 4th term in a certain way. I just don't want the credit for the 2nd.
In case you forgot, it was stolen. Joe Biden didn't really win, and that would have been my 2nd term. This is my 3rd. We got one more.
But you won, though. You won. You're back in.
Well, I won,
Get over it.
but we had a lot to do in the last
that
one.
wasn't the question.
Well,
the question was, do you believe that you have a right to a 3rd term by the Constitution, or
so
do you
many
not?
people would love it if I could do
That
it.
was not the question.
And
the question wasn't
we're
how
looking
many
into
people
it.
would
we're
ask
looking
you.
into it. I mean, there's got to be a way to figure it out, and maybe it's a good chance that maybe I'll think about it.
So the idea here is that there's a loophole, not that it isn't explicitly in the amendment that you couldn't do it this way, which is J.D. Vance runs, Trump runs as his running mate, vice president, and as soon as they win, Vance resigns and Trump takes over.
Which, why would Vance do that? Vance, after all this
work...
Well,
he might. That would be hilarious if he made the agreement and then won the election and said, you know what, I'm going to keep the job. Yeah. That would be kind of hilarious.
You know who did that? You know who did exactly that?
Who did that?
Vladimir Putin and Medvedev.
So you're learning a little too much from Medvedev.
He gives me great advice. Even though I'm a little mad at him today because...
Yeah, he's a little mad. Should we go there even though we're in there?
Sure.
He's a little mad, upset with Putin. I guess Putin has not been playing ball quite so much.
Well, he doesn't recognize
Trump.
Zelensky as an actual leader.
Right.
I don't think he's going to go back on his word. I've known him for a long time. We've always gotten along well. I think he'll be okay. But if he isn't, I was disappointed in a certain way. Some of the things that were said over the last day or two having to do with Zelensky, because when he considers Zelensky not credible, he's supposed to be making a deal with him, whether you like him or you don't like him. So I wasn't happy with that.
All right. Can I just suggest that if Trump didn't want to mess with Zelensky's credibility on the world stage or as a negotiating partner with Putin, maybe not pantsing him in the Oval Office in front of cameras that the whole world could see.
Well, that's what I do, not Putin.
Okay, I get it. So
I'm the showman.
I mean, I'm not Mr. Zelensky Wonderful, but as far as statecraft, maybe that should have happened behind the scenes. Because how is Putin not going to push? Once you see that, you got to see, okay, how far can I push? That's the way you're supposed to be the king of deals. You're supposed to know this.
We're working on it. He's sort of upsetting me. We're friends.
Are you friends or no?
He's not being nice.
So you're friends?
We're buddies.
You're buddies, pals, all the way.
Even though he's a, jerk.
Okay, so I'm a little... Alex Williams says there's a travel advisory on 75 in northwest Atlanta.
Yeah, nasty crash here. Only 2 left lanes are open. I-75 northbound Mount Perrin Road, exit 256. That is quickly stacking up the ride back before West Paces. Take Northside Drive, Highway 41. Make your way up toward Cumberland Boulevard as your alternate there. Once you get past that, crash on the narrow left shoulder in Kennesaw, 75 northbound at Barrett Parkway. And a tow truck on scene to clear this right lane stall heading to Forsyth County, 400 northbound at just past Windward Parkway, exit 11. Been watching a long-standing crash on the south side, Andrew Seco.
That we have. It is in the right lane now, but we're still seeing those brake lights. 675 south. You're still all the way back to 285. You may want to consider taking Highway 4223 until we're in a little better shape. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Avoid the stress of preparing to sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. You can skip the hassle of spring cleaning and sell your home fast for maximum value. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. Don't worry about showings, open houses, or costly repairs. Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer allows you to bypass the market, receive an all-cash offer, and close within days. With over 12,500 five-star reviews, you can trust Mark Spain Real Estate to sell your home fast with their guaranteed cash offer. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business, powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment and paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Are you facing a fork in the road and deciding between continuing your career and retirement? I'm Wes Moss, host of Money Matters, and this massive life decision shouldn't be taken lightly. Talk with my team if you'd like help reviewing your retirement accounts and building a financial plan. We can help you review options and offer an opinion based on your best interests. You can find us at yourwealth.com. That's YOUR wealth.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top local story, it's just in. Georgia lawmakers giving final passage to a school safety bill. WSB's Jonathan O'Brien reports live. This was a top priority after last year's shooting at Appalachia High School.
That's right, Bill. And this legislation creates a statewide alert system that will be created by GMA. It will allow for better information sharing between school districts. In fact, records of students will have to be shared within 5 days of a student changing school districts. That includes their disciplinary records. It will also provide information to school districts if a student has any kind of encounter with law enforcement. Now, this bill also includes elements of another school safety bill, Ricky and Alyssa's Law, and it will require that every school district put panic buttons in every classroom. Again, as you say, that all of this came after the shooting at Appalachia High School, and another provision of that law will require that schools have maps created for their schools, districts, and share those with law enforcement so they can improve the response times. And of course, right now, Bill, it has been a busy day here at the state capitol, and over across the hall in the state Senate, they're debating final passage of a bill that would bar transgender athletes from girls' sports. We'll keep an eye on all of it for you. Reporting live at the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
70 degrees in Atlanta after today's rain moves out. Will there be any more storms this week? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. On the subject of school shootings, a student at a private school in Cobb County is arrested today after she's accused of threatening to shoot up the school. The teen girl is arrested after the school goes into lockdown.
The post on Snapchat got the attention of the social media site. They called the FBI, who quickly got in touch with Ackworth Police. When officers arrived at North Cobb Christian School, they quickly identified 17-year-old Ella Sever.
At first, she claimed that she didn't know what was going on. She was unknown, that didn't know what was going on, was confused, and then she spoke to detectives later.
And Sergeant Eric Mistrada with Ackworth Police says that's when she was charged with making terroristic threats. She's now locked up in Cobb County. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
This is just in. Atlanta Braves outfielder Jurickson Profar is suspended for 80 games by Major League Baseball after failing a performance-enhancing drug test. The Braves acquired Profar during the offseason after he played for the Padres last year. DeKalb County Police team up with police across Metro Atlanta to get street racers off the roads.
A crackdown on racing in the streets is a success.
It resulted in more than 11 arrests, 40 traffic citations, and several weapons being seized.
There were also 10 vehicles impounded.
DeKalb Police spokesman Blaine Clark.
DeKalb County Police are partnering with other state and local police departments in an ongoing effort to aggressively enforce traffic laws and address street racing. Those efforts are being done to keep the streets safe from these dangerous violators.
Clark says police would like to see any video of street racing the public may have. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
A lawsuit challenging sweeping changes to Georgia's election law is dropped by the Trump administration. Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says the backlash to the 2021 lawsuit was fierce.
That cost the state of Georgia $100 million and lost revenue when we lost the All-Star game.
The Biden administration initially filed a lawsuit alleging Georgia was suppressing black voters. Raffensperger says the decision by the Department of Justice reaffirms the Election Integrity Act stands on solid legal ground. Cleanup underway in parts of metro Atlanta after the storms that came through earlier today. Georgia Power's Matthew Kent says they have crews out now working to restore power.
If you are in transit later today, when you do see crews out working, please just give them a little extra space and slow down so that they can be safe as well.
Georgia Power says it has the number of outages down to less than 10,000 now. Georgia EMCs have about 9,000 customers out. It is now 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now it's live team coverage of traffic and weather, and triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Travel advisory continues through northwest Atlanta, heading up into Cobb County. Crash, only 2 left lanes getting by at 75 northbound Mount Perrin, exit 256. You're jammed in from West Paces Ferry. Take Northside Drive, Highway 41 up toward the Cumberland Boulevard area. You can hop back on 75 northbound. And once you get past that, we had an earlier crash just clear from the left shoulder in Kennesaw. 75 northbound passing Barrett Parkway, exit number 269. Also, I think we got some better news on Georgia 400 in the Alpharetta area, Andrew Seco.
That we do. We just watched trouble clear out of the left lane. All lanes back open for the northbound, north of Windward Parkway, exit 11. The brake light's taking a couple seconds to thin out. 85 north working really well. Got a nice smooth ride. A little bit of stoppage merging from 285 eastbound. From the Cool Lake Area Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta Homes. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies this evening with an isolated rain shower possible before midnight, then clearing out and cooling down tomorrow morning, lows in the mid-40s. Tomorrow afternoon, sunshine, high 76. Mostly cloudy on Wednesday, high 83. Partly to mostly cloudy on Thursday and Friday with highs in the upper 80s to low 90s.
68 in Buford, 69 in Marietta, and 70 right now in Peachtree City. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
High and proud. Hold those 4 fingers, Caiaccio, because yes, indeed, hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. We're going to go back to experts say here, next story there. But I just wanted, as a public service announcement, just as a reaction to something I just saw on television, just as a public service announcement, anyone involved with advertising products to bipolar people are for certain going to hell. If they're not, no one is. So if they're not going to hell, then there probably just isn't a hell. It's just that simple. All right, let's do a little more experts say.
Adults can sleep with stuffed animals too. It might even be a good thing, experts say. And Build-A-Bear's got a whole section just where you get your own adult stuffed animal.
Why they say that's a good idea. Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, because your wages are just going to keep going down. So let's encourage other forms of fulfillment other than, I don't know, like wages, making money. I pulled out a few different paragraphs in the story. We can go through them and we'll see where everybody thinks on each one of these ideas. So one of the first ones, adults can sleep with stuffed animals too. Might sound unusual, but when you think about it, is it really? Yeah.
Could you just say that about anything?
Yeah. Is it really?
Is it? But when you think about it,
yeah.
Is it really?
When you really think about it.
Did you go to school for writing?
Is it okay? Would it be a better society if no one ever grew up?
Okay, but if you think about it.
If you think about it.
But really though, I think by my tone in this article, you need to know my point of view.
Yeah.
Kind of know it's stupid.
If I mean, leaving your children may not be a good, but it may not be a good idea. It may be pretty bad, but if you think about it.
I mean, have you thought about it really?
Really? Is it?
It gives them grit.
So some
of the greatest comedians had very troubled
That's
childhoods.
true. You're helping your children out.
Yeah.
Look at Eric Von Hessler. He ended up being a local radio superstar.
I had a great childhood, and I'm a billionaire.
Seems like, yes, you may have done slightly better than Eric Von Hessler. Here's another part of the story. Build-A-Bear even has an entire section of its website dedicated to products for grown-ups. A survey the company commissioned found that more than half of people held on to a childhood stuffed animal, and about 40% said they sleep with a plush toy.
Aww.
This country...
No, wait. Let
screwed.
me make a point.
Let me make a point before you make a point. I think if girls do this, it's okay.
This is the point, okay?
Yes,
That men, they want to like snuggle and cuddle a lady before you do that part thing where it's like, okay, now we're really going to sleep and go to bed.
Yeah.
So what's the big difference if it's like if I have a stuffed animal that I hug and you have a lady to hug? It's really
Well,
not
I
that
would
different.
hope that the lady might have a bit more personality than something to offer in terms of human. You know what I'm gonna tell you what the plush toy. The plush toy does not have a heartbeat, does not have body heat, does not have. It's an inanimate object.
But sometimes you get hot. Like,
Listen.
get away from me. I
No,
want my
that's
space.
fine. That's fine. What I'm saying
But I
is,
still want to hug something. So you gotta
well,
move
I
on.
think that
Get a pet.
I have
the
to.
pet will sleep right in the bed with you. I promise you.
Yeah,
the dog,
fart
the
all
cat,
night long. Who
it's
needs
gonna be
that?
in the
Yeah,
bed
but my
with you.
dog gets mad at me if I have to move him around.
Yeah, plush toys don't fart all night long, so I can understand that. That's better.
Mine does.
That's better. Well, you can order them
Only
that
the
way.
good. You get ones that do.
The customized.
Yeah, it's a sneaky
customized.
Build-A-Bear.
No, I think that a lot of this gets to this ridiculous idea. Now, because I think I'm a little bit guilty of what a lot of people do. Sometimes I will grab a pillow like that.
Yeah, same.
But I'm not grabbing my whoopee that I've had since I was, there's something different going on there. Yes, it feels comfortable to kind of grab a pillow to your chest like when you're sleeping, but there's no connection there. It's not the same pillow I had when I was 5. It's just there, and it serves a utilitarian purpose to make me this thing
that
here.
is the only way is if it's utilitarian.
No,
then
I'm saying
America.
we have to have yes, sometimes adults should just do things as adults. It's something that I've been talking about for a couple of years since it started with the millennials, with the too busy to adult today. It's like you don't have the choice. You crossed over being 20 to 21. You don't have a choice.
But you see this
you
t-shirt?
are an adult today.
My t-shirt
What you're
says I'm
saying is your t-shirt should say, I'm not going to live up to any standards today. That's what your t-shirt should say.
I feel like at the time when that was popular, we're like adulting and things. It was the millennial generation sort of crossing into more adulthood.
Yeah, facing
than
that.
they were before, right? And so it was normal because I don't feel like that is happening now. I don't feel like
Let me ask a
millennials are
question.
like adulting because we're like 40.
Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question here. Let's go the other way. With adults acting like children, we think, okay, that's probably good. What if we did it the other way? Should a 10-year-old be allowed to work on an oil rig?
Sure.
I'm
They're tall enough.
not
Look
saying
at,
that
but I'm saying
adults should be children.
The point that I'm saying is that's so patently absurd, obviously, and my worldview is that this plush toy nonsense is as patently absurd. If you are over 21 years of age, at least, and if you're over 18, really, but complete and total emancipation. If you are over 21 years of age, you are an adult and you are expected to act as such, whether you like it or not. And anytime you think you're right to be an adult that doesn't act like an adult, you're the opposite. You're something that we call wrong in the adult world. I know that when you were children, you were never really told this all that much. But in this case, now you're an adult, whether you like it or not, and another adult, me, is telling you something you should hear. You're wrong. You're an adult every damn day. Now, we have a bunch of different kind of adults. Some adults are more carefree. Other adults are all about their career. Look, you don't have to be the same kind of adult. You can rebel against mom and dad and do it differently, but you're going to have to rebel against mom and dad and do it differently as an adult. It doesn't matter what you think.
I'm ordering one of these for you for your birthday present. This will be a good one for you. Get one of these big Build-A-Bear. Just for you, Eric.
Yeah, I think you should. And you know what I will do?
Sleep with it.
Of course I will, because I only have to act like this on the radio. Once I go home, I can do I can sleep with my plush toys if I want to.
Should adults be able to wear diapers if they want to? Why not?
That's utilitarian. Go back to Autumn, who said that everything should be isn't that what you said? You said everything should be utilitarian, and I agree with Autumn.
I wear them
I
for
agree
fun.
with
Wait a
Autumn
minute.
when she
No, I
says.
repeated what you said in a mocking
but you
way.
were,
I wasn't saying I agreed.
It sounded to me like support, and I tell you, we're together on this one. Autumn and I say yes because there's a utilitarian purpose.
Yeah, but I just wear them for fun.
Well, if you just wear them for fun, then I wouldn't pass a law to make you. But are you going to a concert and you're just going to stand there and pee your pants because you don't lose your place in the
No, I'm going to
crowd?
work.
All right. Well, I mean, you're going to.
I don't want anybody to know.
And he's got
well, you're just doing it for like freaky sexual reasons?
Yeah.
That's an adult thing to do. So absolutely.
Oh, very adult.
That's
He
very
did it during the budgeting meeting too.
Let me get out my binky before we
No,
start.
buddy. No. Yeah, put it. The fun is that you're sitting there and nobody knows that you're wearing something.
Yeah, but everybody sees my binky.
Oh, it lights up too.
You're not allowed to ask about it either because of modern HR
No,
policy.
is that your, well, that's changing now.
That's
so.
my support binky.
It's your support binky. And it lights up like that?
Uh-huh.
Support binky. Nobody minds that at a meeting.
No, masticating the whole time.
Masticating.
Yeah, let's
no
go.
mastication in this meeting. You understand me?
Sir, can we see the Q1 numbers over there real quick?
Yeah, hang on. I got my... Let me get them out of here.
And what's a chewed up cigar but like an adult binky?
Exactly. That's something else, actually.
Masticate. That should have been
Yeah,
one of our
something
words of the day. Maybe it'll be tomorrow's word of the day. Masticate.
I'm just proud of you for getting the word of the day out so early today. And going back to the old method, I'm proud of you.
When you shouldn't say that to me because it means so much to me when you tell me that you're proud of me.
You're a good boy.
I have to remember not to break down in tears because
no.
we still have
Did you do the
45
word of the day
minutes.
already?
Yes, keep going, Eric.
Did?
I did, and I was
I
was appreciated for it.
Do you remember what it was?
Huh?
You remember the word of the day?
I don't know what was. It was
Homogamy.
It's hard to remember
Homogamy.
stuff.
Homogamy is what it was.
Homogamy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big one.
Yeah, I the pride that I feel, receiving the pride that Jared feels, makes me feel proud. That's all I have to say. Alex Williams says it's a bumper-to-bumper ride on 75 through Northwest Atlanta.
All due to the travel advisory still in place, Eric. 75 northbound Mountain Perrin Road, exit 256. Crash and just two left lanes are open. That's why you're seeing the tough delays almost back to Moores Mill Road. Highway 41 is going to be your best alternate around that. If you're traveling through downtown, 75-85 southbound, we are seeing a little bit of volume from 17th Street in the Midtown area, but the closer you get to I-20 and Freedom Parkway, those delays will start to improve. Northbound cleaned up nicely from I-20 up into Midtown. Checking the ride on I-20, Andrew Seco.
We're in really good shape anywhere you're trying to go, east and west. Got a nice smooth ride from Stonecrest in and out of the heart of downtown. As you're heading into Lithia Springs, a little bit of stoppage emerging from 285 south, and we are seeing some trouble. We're back in the right lane with this crash, 285 eastbound. The outer loop at Flat Shoals Road, a little bit of a delay spot getting towards I-20. From the Cool Lake Area Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
When traffic
No
hits,
traffic getting through in either direction.
the Triple Team Traffic Center has you covered.
Even the bridge over 75 is being held.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic.
Traffic out of Spaghetti Junction along 285 westbound and a crash on Peachtree Boulevard 141 southbound before 285.
Brought to you by the Cool Ray Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights, at home or at work. We'll make your happy place your own. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business, powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Looking to get organized in style? The brand new Artisan Custom Closet showroom is now open near Trillet Studios in Fayetteville. Come experience the Artisan difference. Meet with a designer for your free consultation and start your custom project today. See more at artisancustomclosets.com.
So one more part of that ridiculous story about these psychologists talking about how it's healthy sometimes for adults to sleep with their plush toys. There's one of these people who does that and is by years an adult anyway. If we think about it from the lens of being like a healthy, balanced adult, I actually think it's really helpful to say, hey, I am this adult who's in college, and I still have this healthy attachment to my childhood. It's really wonderful to be able to say, this is a part of my child self that I want to stay connected to. No, it's not. It's a healthy attitude when you're in college to stop relying for comfort on the things that comforted you as a child. The things that comforted you as a child were absolutely perfectly okay, but they were meant to comfort a child. You know what comforts an adult? You know, usually it depends on the adult. People are different, but I think on average, stability, being able to pay the bills. Oh, yeah. You see, the plush toy can do nothing for you to help you get a raise. And that's the kind of thing that adults think about. When they think about comfort, they think, oh, I'll know how to feed myself and my family. That's a level of comfort.
But I've had this blankie since I was born.
Yeah, well, here's the
Smells
problem.
like it.
Yeah. You can't bring it to work. Your cubicle neighbors are complaining. All right, what's the next expert say?
Experts in Birmingham, Alabama say that pollen can damage your car paint and lead to air filter problems. Their suggestion is that you need to wash your car, but don't wash it too much.
Okay, well, see that. Well,
That helps.
wait a minute, I was doing it 5 times a day. You say that's too much?
That's too much.
The experts
But
would say
keep
yes.
washing it, though.
Keep
It's not
washing
that
it.
many.
So you're saying keep washing it, but stop washing it so much.
Yes.
And then also air filter problems. Do you mean like the air filter being used
Yeah.
properly to
Right.
filter the?
That's what it's
Yeah.
supposed to do.
Turn
it's
it
supposed
off.
to. It's supposed to. It's supposed to filter
Oh no, my
things
air
out
filter's broken because it's used
properly.
Because it's done its
If you
job.
take your air filter off your car, it does make it sound really cool.
Well, yeah, is that how they? Is
That's
that
like
how
the-
people do it now? It's
You
like,
can, but it's
you get
terrible.
passed
Don't-
by
don't
like
do
I
that.
thought that was a muffler thing, like a.
Back in the old days, it was. I don't know, but
Oh.
just like now, yeah, you see sometimes you get passed by these cars that don't. They're not like muscle cars. You know,
No,
but
those
just
like farting ones. Those like,
yeah. You get like the mom in the SUV.
Oh, I had a buddy.
What's going on?
I had a buddy of mine when I got my first Nissan Altima. This is my first car ever, and he was like,
I had
if
an
you,
Altima.
If you want to,
I just got a new Ultima. How about that?
if you want to,
Hey.
he kept saying,
Let's go out for a beer.
Let's do it.
the Altima boys.
Yeah. The Ultima Knights. Robert De Niro plays each of us, talking to each
Ultimate?
other about
Not an
our
Ultima.
cars.
It's a nice car. Made in Japan, but it's okay.
But now you got to be playing Jared.
So it's a nice. I don't know. It's a nice car. I mean, Trump with the
coming
tariffs,
soon.
he's a bastard.
All right,
he's a son of a
coming
bitch.
soon. Coming soon.
You're listening to the Robert De Niro Doctrine here. Oh, the Ultimas everywhere.
The Ultima Knights. Robert De Niro plays Tim Andrews, Jared Yamamoto.
Oh, I saw Robert De Niro play
Shelley Winter.
We got what you call it on tonight,
Robin Williams. Robert De Niro.
Whoa, I'm Robert Williams. Hey, look at
Robert
me.
De-
I'm crazy. Oh, goofy
Robert De
comedy.
Niro plays George Clark.
Maybe dinosaurs, maybe they're not real. I don't know.
But not Autumn Fisher. You can't stretch that far, Robert De Niro.
Hey, guys. It's, Amber. Line. Land bridge.
Yeah, that's just
You touched it. This De Niro is amazing.
You guys just sound like me.
So that movie, the Snow White tanked, and nobody noticed in the wake of it that movie really tanked. It was
Where he
like
plays
Alto
the two mob guys. It's supposed to be good though.
I think I've read some decent reviews of it. You know what I watched for the first time in the hotel in Arizona? I just saw one episode, and it was that episode. I had the time, and I know you're not supposed to start these series like in the middle, but I just want to, everybody's been talking about the White Lotus for so long. And I was like, I just want to see.
You watched a random episode?
I just watched a random episode just to see if it's worth the journey.
I feel it's overhyped.
It's actually pretty damn good.
Really? Okay, you liked it. Okay, good.
Yeah, it was good writing, good acting. The actress who plays they're the people in charge of the spa, and they're falling in love with each other. It's real awkward. I don't know who that actress is. I don't know if I've seen her in other things, man. That scene where she's like uncomfortable sitting on the bed. I mean, that is just awesome stuff. So
plus Walton Goggins.
And that's why I finally watched it, because it's gotten to the point where you give me Walton Goggins, you pay Walton Goggins, and he's on your payroll in your show. I'm going to check it out. Eventually, I'm going to check it out.
It's crazy that he's been around for so
yeah,
long.
He's 53.
And he's only just now sort of getting a bunch of, like, I don't know.
Yeah, after Justified,
attention
he
for
took
being
off.
Cool.
Well,
Yeah.
a lot of people love Justified, and I haven't seen Justified. Now, my feeling about Justified is there's no comedy element to that, right? That's a kind of a...
There is. When he's delivering lines, he is the
But I mean, the
comedic
thing
part.
itself is
it's not a comedy.
It's not necessarily a comedy. So I
Uh-uh.
think of that, and I think his character in this is not exactly a comic character. But yeah, but there were those years where I wasn't watching Justified. It was on for a few years, and then somebody replaced him on it, I think. But I remember people saying that Justified is a great show as far back as 2013, 12, 13. So yeah, he's 53 years old. But now my question. Now I got interested in the story. I saw the Duke thing that we were talking about. That's the episode I saw. And now I'm interested in the story. And I'm thinking, do I want to go back 2 seasons, or do I want to see? Now I'm interested in this story. So can I start kind of watch this season and then go back and watch?
You can watch Well, he doesn't have to start from the beginning, but there's 2 characters this season that are in the first and second.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Adam.
I'm just really interested in this particular story. I don't know if I want to wait going
Plus
through the
Parker
last.
Posey, she's great.
Parker Posey is really
She do no
kind
wrong.
of. She kind of says she's kind of the same character and everything, but she picks.
Yep.
It's like Jimmy Stewart. He was like kind of the same in everything, but he was really good at picking scripts where that person really fit in. All right, we got stuff to do. So that's it. I'm always late to the party. So 2 seasons in, I'm finally. I'm giving the thumbs up to White Lotus.
I think it was on the plane too. Did you not watch an episode on the plane?
No, because I don't
Can't
watch
watch
things.
that
I don't. Well, people watch the nudity, and
No,
I don't
thanks.
do that.
I'm
I don't do that on
embarrassed.
planes. No, I don't do that. All right, we have to give away stuff, right? Is that what you're looking
That's
at?
right. We got some Metallica tickets.
All right.
You need my
let's,
paper?
2 tickets to see Metallica on Monday, June 3rd at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Be caller number 10 to 404-872-0750. Tickets are on sale right now at Ticketmaster.com. Alex Williams says there's a travel advisory on 75 heading to Cobb.
Yeah, I've been watching this one for too long. 75 northbound at Mount Perrin Road, exit 256. Crash, still just 2 left lanes getting by. Should be cleaning it up, but it's definitely slowed that ride back toward Moores Mill. Use Highway 41 as an alternate. Traveling through downtown, 75-85 southbound. Really just seeing a few brake lights now in the southbound direction from 17th Street as you make your ride down to I-20. Some better news on 285 into Cobb County, Andrew Seco.
Better news indeed. Long-standing crash in and out of the right lane. Now completely off to the shoulder. All lanes back open. 285 east, the outer loop, getting past Flat Hills Road. Exit 48. Rest of the way around Atlanta's bypass. Smooth sailing. We are watching a big slow spot here. Coming up 85 north on to 285 eastbound from the southwest side. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage on any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home, make price-boosting upgrades. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com. One more time, Orchard.com.
How easy is it to save energy and money in 30 seconds? Let's count the ways. Power down unused devices. Swap out traditional bulbs for LEDs. Adjust your thermostat for the season. Change your air filter. Move furniture away from your vents. And turn off the lights when you leave a room. Georgia Power's more than just your power company. We're your saving sidekick. Get started at georgiapower.com/energy efficiency today. Ready, set, save.
This wasn't how Patrick pictured himself in retirement. Instead of playing golf every day, he could barely walk because of his severe knee pain.
It hampered everything because it hurt to walk around the golf course. It hurt to swing, just pretty much hurt doing anything.
But the groundbreaking regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics changed everything for Patrick. QC Kinetics uses your body's own healing properties to help repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, hips, back, and shoulders. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
The turnaround's been amazing from where I was to where I am now. I've gone from a 15 handicap down to a 7 handicap. That's because my knees allow me to play golf like I haven't been able to play probably in 15 years.
Don't let joint pain keep you from doing what you love. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026.
Hey Kroger shoppers, get ready for Customer Appreciation Week happening March 26th through April 1st. We've packed 7 days with amazing deals. And if you're a Boost member, you can save even more. Get excited and get ready to save. Thanks for being such an awesome customer. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Customers can save big on Kroger brand pasta and Kroger brand broth. Select varieties are only 99 cents each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top local story gets just in from the Gold Dome. The Georgia Senate approving a bill banning transgender athletes from girls' sports. The vote of 34-20 sends the measure to Governor Kemp's desk for his signature. The House passed the Riley Gaines Act earlier today. State Rep Josh Bonner supports it.
Well, I think people recognize just the common sense nature of it. Boys should play in boys' sports. Girls should play in girls' sports.
But opponents like State Representative Park Cannon say this is a solution in search of a problem.
Today, we are literally erasing transgender Georgians.
This would apply to all of the state schools from kindergarten through college. It is 70 degrees in Atlanta. The widespread rain has moved out. What days this week could get close to 90 degrees? Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. Georgia lawmakers vote overwhelmingly today in favor of a school safety bill. The House votes 154-12, sending it to Governor Kemp's desk. This was a top priority for state lawmakers after last year's shooting at Appalachia High School. A school shooting threat in Cobb County leads to the arrest of a 17-year-old girl today. Ella Sever, a student at North Cobb Christian School, is accused of posting the threat in a Snapchat photo.
School resource officers was able to identify the student based on the picture of the Snapchat they received, and we were able to locate the student in one of the classrooms and remove the student from the class.
Sergeant Eric Mistretta with Ackworth Police says the school was placed on lockdown and the student was taken into custody this morning. She is charged with terroristic threats and is now held without bond in Cobb County. A Cobb County woman accused of stealing packages is behind bars, charged with mail theft.
Reported package thief LaShawn Crumble was pulled over last Friday night along Bells Ferry Road after Kennesaw police see the car she's driving has a busted taillight. When they approach the vehicle, they smell pot, do a search, and that's when they find nearly 50 packages inside. The 32-year-old is a contract delivery driver with on-track deliveries. Crumble's now facing several charges and being held without bond at the Cobb County Jail. Detectives are working to get in contact with any of the possible victims based on the names on those recovered packages. Michelle Wright, 95.5 WSB.
A big blow to the Braves, who are off to an 0-4 start this season. Now left fielder Jurickson Profar is suspended 80 games by Major League Baseball for using performance-enhancing drugs. A statement from the Braves Braves says they are surprised and extremely disappointed. The Braves are in Los Angeles tonight to take on the World Series champion Dodgers. Congresswoman Nikema Williams steps down as chair of the Democratic Party of Georgia.
The move comes after the state party made a change to their rules to make the role a full-time position. In a statement, Williams says she's still committed to electing Democrats. State Senator Jason Estevez serves as treasurer of the party and says Williams helped them make progress.
I look forward to building on that progress with her and with other leaders in this party as we enter this cycle this year with some statewide elections and then also enter the statewide elections next year.
The party's vice chair, Matthew Wilson, will serve on an interim basis until a new leader is elected. From the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Democratic Congresswoman Lucy McBath is stepping back from a run for governor. Instead, she says she is going to focus on her husband's health as he undergoes cancer treatment. McBath says she's suspending her exploratory committee, but is not yet ruling out a run for the governor. She will continue serving in the U.S. House of Representatives. Atlanta is launching its first ever program aimed at supporting the city's legacy businesses.
It's no joke. In collaboration with Invest Atlanta, officials plan to kick off the new initiative tomorrow, April 1st. What officials call the Atlanta Local Legacy Programs charged with promoting and sustaining those businesses that have been part of the city's economic base for 30 years or longer. The program has three main components: a new online legacy business registry, and empowerment grants and business improvement grants worth up to $50,000. I'm Bloomberg Scott Carr for 95.5 WSB.
WSB Money Update. Stocks mostly higher to end a roller coaster month of March. The Dow gaining 417 points today. The S&P gains 30. The NASDAQ was down 23 points. It is now 6:34. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather, and triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
The mess on I-75 northbound heading out of northwest Atlanta toward Cobb County continues. Travel advisory in place. Crash 75 north Mount Perrin, exit number 256. Only two left lanes are open, and to make it even worse, all that traffic merging on from Mount Perrin is being forced over into the Gore to get in without all that already slow traffic. Avoid it all. Take Northside Drive, Highway 41 as your alternate. You can make your way up to Truist Park, Cumberland Boulevard area, re-enter I-285 northbound. Now, if you're traveling through downtown, 75-85 southbound, a very slight tap of the brakes, leaving the 10th Street area down to I-20. How's the ride on I-85 toward Gwinnett County, Andrew Seco?
Working well for the most part. 85 North got a nice speed limit ride that we don't usually see this time of the evening, especially on a Monday. We are watching some new trouble that might be popping up. Big slow spot forming here into Sewanee. 85 northbound, converging at Lawrenceville-Sewanee Road, exit 111. From the Corey Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Cloudy skies this evening with an isolated rain shower possible before midnight, then clearing out and cooling down tomorrow morning, lows in the mid-40s. Tomorrow afternoon, sunshine, high 76. Mostly cloudy on Wednesday, high 83. Partly to mostly cloudy on Thursday and Friday with highs in the upper 80s to low 90s.
Right now, 69 in Noonan, 66 in Dunwoody, and 70 in Midtown Atlanta. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Attention men. Are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Got a leaky pipe? Ace Hardware Home Services is around the corner with everything you need to fix it, including the expert to do the fixing. Heating or cooling issue? We've got a trusted pro for that, too. We're not just the helpful hardware folks. We're the helpful home service and repair folks, too. From plumbing to heating and cooling, the licensed and insured experts at Ace Hardware Home Services are ready to keep your home running smoothly all year long. Get help today at acehardwarehomeservices.com.
Window Nation customers have been singing our praises for years. With fast, local service and an industry-leading 96% customer satisfaction rating, it's no wonder.
I researched window companies for the last year to see what the average prices were and the quality of work. Window Nation nailed both.
Get 2 windows free with every 2 you buy. Pay no interest for 2 full years. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Schedule a free estimate now. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. That's 866-90-NATION.
All right, not that I really care at all. But, it is what people are talking about. How anybody's bracket, are all the brackets busted everywhere?
I mean, all the number 1 seeds made it, so I think that they're,
no, I'm saying here. I mean, obviously, if all the number 1 seeds made it, then there are around the... I'm just saying, how is the
company bracket?
The company bracket.
I was so mad when both Tennessee lost, and I think I had... who else did I have? I had Bama beating Duke, and then that just screwed me.
That was a bad idea.
We have to congratulate our winner, don't we?
Oh, yes, we do. Thank you very much, George Clark. Congratulations to Stuart Hogan or Holgan? Holgan of Dallas, Georgia. Won 2 tickets to see Metallica on Monday, June 3rd at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Tickets are on sale right now at Ticketmaster.com. Thank you for that save, George Clark. Yes.
Right now, Mark Arum's in first, Dr. Joe's in second. And
Dr. Joe!
Oh, I'm going to win it all. And I've fallen to 37th now. I still have my champion.
Wait, I like the way you say you follow. So, would you say Arum is in first, Dr. Joe is in second, and you follow in 37th?
In 37th, yes.
That's not following. That's not following.
But
you're being lapped.
My champion is still alive, so I can at least get some points, but I'm not going to win it, though.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not at this point.
No.
So Duke, Florida, Auburn, Houston, and they were all the number 1 seeds in their regions, right?
And a lot of people are suspecting that that's because of NIL, because now that the better teams can get the better talent, there's going to be less of the 10 seed making the Final Four or less of the 7
and then even
6.
This is true about all the programs, but even at the top, it will bolster those teams because every team's not going to, even with NIL, you're not all going to be superstars.
Sure.
But the fact that even the people are getting NIL, you don't have to be a superstar. You can just be a solid player, right? And get NIL. And that means the solid players more likely to stick around for 3 or 4 years than try to go to the NBA as soon as possible because you get in a situation, if you're just a solid player, you're going to make more money by staying that year than being picked in the 3rd round or the whatever of
well, they only have 2
NBA.
rounds in the NBA, so
right.
getting picked in the 2nd round,
if you're picking a lower 2nd round, a lot of times you're not going to make any money, and a lot of times those guys just go straight to the G League, don't they?
Right. In college, if you're going to one of the better schools out there, you're going to get paid more money. You'll get paid $2 million and $3 million compared to the $900K to play the G League or whatever.
If you're a known superstar, you'll leave after a couple of years. But these solid players are going to be getting money, and they're more likely. Maybe they'll end up in the NBA one day. Maybe they won't, but they're going to stay and make that guaranteed money when they can get it.
And I think what's been good for NIL and college basketball especially is, remember how the one and dones were a huge deal a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
Because of there being more balance now, players that are like, I'm a second rounder.
That's what I'm talking about, the second rounders, right.
It's so good. I think the college game has gotten better.
Because when you had no money in college, always, even in the low pay being in the lower 2nd round, and being shipped off to the G League was still a better deal if you needed money, right?
You got paid a little bit. So the one and done made college basketball terrible, but now you've got solid players. I mean, you even see 5th-year seniors playing now too. And
that's ridiculous.
That's
what are they going to Build-A-Bear to get a plush toy they can sleep with? Get out there and go to.
I really want my degree.
Oh, well, then get it in 4 years.
Well, I've been busy playing basketball.
Well, and you don't play that many games in college. How many games do you play in college? 20? Something like that?
I think it's 35.
Okay, 35.
Also,
still.
there's the women.
Oh, that's a great point,
sense.
Tim. You know what?
Thank
Bravo,
you.
Tim.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you.
So I was reading about this March Madness. I've heard of it. And but in this story that was talking about the number 1 seeds all making it to the Final Four, I saw a thing that I saw a phrase that I was not familiar with, and it is let's see, what is it? Adjusted efficiency margins. See,
I like that. Is that like WAR in baseball, which wins above replacement?
Duke, Florida, Auburn, and Houston each entered the NCAA tournament with adjusted efficiency margins of 35 or more. That's according to statistician Ken Pomeroy. This
He's
is
good.
I think that I wish I could source this. I ripped it out, and so I can't remember who I got. So the adjusted efficiency margins is the number of points that would be expected. These teams would be expected to outscore the average Division I opponent by over 100 possessions.
Interesting. Okay.
Does that make sense to you? Because it did not make any sense to me.
I think it's just.
As I was saying it was really letters randomly generated into words falling out of my face. I did not understand it at all.
I think it's suggesting that if you took the average of all of these teams in the way that they play, that's their winning percentage essentially.
That's the number of points they will be expected to outscore the average Division I opponent by. This is what I don't understand. By over 100 possessions.
That's what's throwing me off.
I think the word
possessions.
maybe the word "by" shouldn't be there, and it's just in there
just
as that makes sense. I think it should be non-binary. Thank you very much. But I've always been the most progressive member of this panel.
Sure.
Not like Autumn, who acts like she's so progressive, but she doesn't walk it like she talks it. Do you know that she will sometimes tell children to be quiet? Yeah.
No.
And
Especially
she's like,
if they look different than me.
That's right. She's
quiet.
Shut up, different. She's not progressive at all. Just because she's a soft, squishy woman, you just assume that she's the most progressive person on this panel. How dare you? Not you, Autumn. I'm saying the audience for assuming.
I was like, wait, what?
No, it's not your fault. You were born this way.
She's not changing.
Can't help it. Can't change, won't change.
Here's the beautiful thing about Autumn. That used to be a big thing. You'd see that sign everywhere. I'm somebody because God don't make no junk. But I'm thinking, what about serial killers? Do we not call that junk? I mean, I'd say that's
they've
junk.
been made that way, I think.
That,
upbringing.
They get what she said is what happens in their lives is they get changed.
You know why? How come every time I listen to my favorite radio station WSB that idiots are portrayed as Southerners?
I'm from Montana. I'm from Montana.
I got a doctorate.
Yeah. Okay. She got a doctorate, and I'm from Montana.
Okay. Well, so
what are you now? I think that you got a little bit of something up in your brain about what.
Yeah. You're
I'm
right.
with these two right here. What is your
How
problem
How come I put that together? You know what? The guns have been pointed toward me, and I say fire away.
With the man in the mirror.
I say fire away.
Or the mud puddle.
Well, you can see yourself in a mud puddle,
yes,
I guess, if the lighting is right.
Right. I'm from Montana.
And I got a doctorate.
I got a feeling that you're wanted for crime somewhere.
I might be.
And you've been hiding out in Montana. I don't know that you're from Montana.
No, I haven't been to Montana about 20 years.
Oh, you're from
Montana. So you were one of those people that because you were born there, you claim that you're from there. But really, you've lived in Georgia your whole life.
So,
well, I mean,
you are. If he lived there for 50 years, wait a minute. You can't say he's from there?
Wait, cut, Jared. The word is from. It's not live there. If you're from, by your logic, if I send a letter from my house to your house, then the letter didn't actually originate at my house. It's always been at your house. When you say from, I'm from Montana. You could be born there. I'm from Syracuse. We moved 4 weeks after I was born.
All right, I can follow that. I actually have a rebuttal to that. So
I'd like to see it.
As somebody that is
it's too bad. We have to go to traffic.
Rebuttal. Show it.
As a true ATL native, I was born at Northside Hospital. So am I from Northside Hospital?
No,
you're from Atlanta.
You're from Atlanta.
What about? But I call Fayetteville
home.
I am from Fayetteville.
Because growing up in Georgia, I ran into this too because I was in Georgia since I was 3. And because Georgia and Atlanta in particular is such a transient city, the people who are actually born there end up having like a more sort of like you can't say you're from here unless you're born here. So if I say, when I was saying like where are you from, and if I say Atlanta and then someone was born in Atlanta and still lives there, then they say no, you're not. You're from DC.
But you're still agreeing with me because that's what I'm saying.
I agree with you. I think that's
you're
dumb.
from DC. What's your hometown? That's the town you spent most of your time in.
No, I guess I'm disagreeing with you because I would say that I'm from Atlanta. Because when you're 3, before you're like conscious, I'm supposed to like know.
No, but
that
you don't. You knowing it and being aware of it doesn't have anything to do. By the way, before you were 3, 2 plus 2 still equaled 4. You didn't know it.
Don't give me that. 2
So wait,
plus
okay, all right, I have a question.
Good comeback. Hold on, wait, we've got to go to traffic. Alex Williams says there's better news on 75 in Northwest Atlanta.
Yes, indeed, there is, Eric. That crash is finally cleared out of the 2 left lanes, 75 northbound Mount Perrin Road, exit number 256. So those delays will quickly start to improve as you make your way up through Northwest Atlanta, heading up to the ballpark. Elsewhere, watching some rolling police activity in the left lane, 285 southbound, the outer loop passing Cobb Parkway, exit 19 there in Cobb County. And in Gwinnett, we got a stall. It's in the center lane, 85 northbound, just before Highway 317, exit number 111, causing brake lights from Old Peachtree Road. New trouble 285 into Cobb County, Andrew Seco.
New trouble indeed. Currently holding all lanes as we speak on the jam cam to get it cleared to the shoulder. 285 east, the outer loop. Once again at Flat Shoals Road, exit 48. Allow for some extra time. Keep it full close to the brake pedal. Till we get open back up, you may want to take Moreland Avenue up towards I-20. This sport's sponsored by the Book of Mormon at the Fox Theater. The Book of Mormon is a 9-time Tony Award-winning musical that returns by popular demand to the Fox Theater June 24th through the 29th. Tickets are on sale at BroadwayInAtlanta.com. From the Courier Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
When you need to know.
The story is developing in Atlanta.
When you want to know.
Severe weather is on its way.
When you have to know.
We'll alert you as soon as this closure clears.
Get notifications
from your source for news.
Get the WSB radio app.
Download it from your app store today.
Heavy rains have recently impacted widespread areas of North Georgia. How did your roof hold up? Heavy rains expose roof leaks that can lead to water damage. Schedule a free roof analysis from Dave Baker, trusted and recommended, FindlayRoofing.com. Roof.
Monica Pearson for Superior Plumbing. Did you know the water pressure regulator is the heartbeat of every home? It can affect all things in your plumbing system, and when it's not regulated, it is the main cause of most plumbing problems. They only last about 8 years. Have Superior Plumbing check yours.
For many of you, it's happening. Your hair's thinning, your crown's disappearing, and maybe hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. Well, I got good news. It's Advanced Hair's incredible, yet simple, one-day treatment that starts regrowing your own natural hair the very next day, and it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's Mark Aaron back with you. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what about regrowing your hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to their world-class physicians, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, and I've seen their results, friends. For your free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts, call 470-660-HAIR. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Nobody wants to think about their septic system. Hi, I'm Shannon. I started Scorpion Septic so you don't have to. My licensed, insured, experienced team responds 24/7 with fast, on-time service, upfront pricing, and high-quality work.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump-out charge with your repair. Call for more information. ScorpionSepticServices.com.
ScorpionSepticServices.com.
When the weather is at its worst, we are still monitoring for the potential of that tornadic activity.
We're at our best. All inbound flights have been held departure delays, averaging about 30 minutes.
Download the WSB radio app to stay up to date.
There are scattered reports of damage, including trees down in Fayette, DeKalb, Carroll, Rockdale counties.
95.5 WSB, your severe weather station.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
I know we have audio from this story, and I hate to say it, I cannot. So was it who was playing during that brawl?
It was
the NBA brawl.
The Minnesota Timberwolves and the Pistons, Detroit Pistons.
Well, the Pistons were involved in the Malice at the Palace.
They were.
Now people are trying to say this is the same thing. It's not quite the same thing because the Malice at the Palace, the players started getting in. The fight started between people in the crowd and the team. This was a fight, a brawl that went into the crowd.
Correct.
Still not something the NBA really wants, but man, this thing got wild. Like everybody, coaches, everybody. We had a little of the TV call.
Big time brawl now in the front row. It's going to take a lot to break this up.
You got to stay out of the crowd. This is not good.
This has been building on the last handful of possessions. Naz Reid had taken exception to Holland and was wagging a finger in his face. And the officials are going to have a lot to look at as you look at DiVincenzo's neck.
The coaches are getting into it. The coaches are literally fighting with each other now, too. J.B. Bickerstaff getting into it with Pablo Prigioni. I mean, this is ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen that before, Michael. I don't think I've ever seen a big melee like this.
So what's his name? Bickerstaff, I think is the name of the coach, but I don't know which coach. I don't know if it's.
I think it's the Pistons coach. I'll double check here.
But it was either the Timberwolves or the Pistons, and he kind of explains what happened, but cryptically. He doesn't like if you're going to say something like this, just tell us what the hell he said.
I mean, there was things said by their assistant coach, and I'm in the same boat as my guys are in. We're going to defend each other. And I'm not going to let people say belligerent things about my guys. And it's that simple. So he said what he says. He knows what he said. And, again, I didn't think it crossed the line to escalation of anything. But in that moment, I understand, the ref's position. But, you just can't say anything to people or about people and expect it to be okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Typing?
But I don't know. It was kind of the way he was like, he had like got something in his hand.
And he's the Pistons coach.
Okay, and so all right, I get what you're saying, but you're leaving something out, which is exactly what did he say? That'd be like if I went to somebody and said, "Hey, is the such and such bank around here?" "Oh, yes, sir, it is."
Well,
where is it?
Bank.
Where is it?
And there's been a bank.
Yeah,
where the bank
it's over there.
is for years. It's there.
Yeah, where is it? Like, where is the bank?
It's where the bank has been. And,
yeah,
when you get to the bank, you're going to see that the bank is there. And I would tell you that the bank's there.
Okay.
Nobody else is going to tell you that.
Exactly where is the bank? Because I would like to go there and withdraw some money.
I get it.
And you know what? We get it because that music is telling us two things.
When you watch that foul, too, by the way, it is so... It's minuscule. They'd obviously been talking throughout the game. Something like in the moment when you watch the actual video of it, they only show that moment. So I'm curious. I almost want to watch the whole game back just to figure out what they were saying to each other the whole game to cause something like that.
Well, you go do that. You know what?
I'll research
and I'll
it.
tell you what. I want an essay tomorrow from you. After you go over all the game footage.
You got it.
But right now, that music's telling us two things. Shut the hell up. Get the hell out. You know us. We do what we're told. We're good people like that. We're not rebels. Right, George? We're not rebels.
Damn right.
We do what we're told. Shelley Winter's up next. Got a great show for you. We will be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us. But until then, continue on your journey. I don't piss off the genie.